Hello and welcome back to some more unregular Amen Brother podcast programming. As you can see, I'm in the hot seat again, exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm taking over. This is what's happening now.
Time. This is not going to be the new standard. I'm
Yeah,
making that abundantly clear.
I'm just kidding.
New studio.
But we've sidelined Jon, and when you sideline Jon, then you end up doing an entire episode about him. That's basically how shit goes down. So here we are. Tom is alongside as well, obviously the better looking GLXY member. But yeah, GLXY, 10 years in the game. We thought we'd do an episode to celebrate. Yes, boys, how you guys doing?
Yeah, I mean, we've just been talking for the last half an hour. So.
How does it feel to be...
in the hot seat, in a different hot seat?
Yeah, it is a different hot seat.
Mate. I'm starstruck.
It's quite nice, to be honest.
Relaxing.
Yeah, it's relaxing. I feel pretty
from
chill.
the podcast.
Yeah. It's definitely prang being here. Like more prang.
Yeah, it's a hard job.
Yeah, it's not
everyone's.
I think it suits you, mate, to be fair.
Pardon?
I think it suits you.
You would,
yeah, mate.
You would say that, sweetheart. But yeah, obviously we're here to celebrate 10 years, which is no joke in the modern day of drum and bass.
Yeah,
It's a long time.
Built a foundation, maintained it, smashing it. Obviously we've got lots of questions to ask you, but yeah, I just wanted to start out really with what do you think has been the secret to your longevity as a duo?
That's straight into the deep end.
Straight in. Come on, mate, you put me in the hot seat. This is how it's going down.
Wanna go?
The secret to our longevity.
Yeah.
To be fair, my first answer is just not taking it too seriously. I mean, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like-
as in like no.
It's always been like we both work full time.
That's what it is.
It's not like we're super mad deep into this. It's pretty fun.
Yeah,
That's the way I see
You
it.
don't have that pressure of...
having another source of income creatively makes the world a difference. I feel. Well, for some people, for us, I think it does. Obviously, other people, we've had guests on here that do it full time and they thrive in it. But I think, not having to worry about streams and things like that as much.
Yeah.
Definitely means you just have less of a pressure on you to write certain types of music. You can just do more of what you want. So
There's still pressure there though. It's not like there's none.
It's not,
It's like,
of course, yeah.
But it's not like if I don't write a banger, I can't pay rent. Do you know what I mean? It's not that kind of pressure.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
You both have pretty serious careers on the side, innit?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
not like, I've just got a day job or whatever. It's it's actually like a career. I think it's important to make that distinction because you're both, trying to make a success of yourself in something else and in music, which...
I don't think that was ever like an active choice though. We never thought we're both going to work full time and have GLXY on the side. It's just kind of how it developed over time, I guess, really. We never have a conversation going, should we go full time next year?
Nah.
Let's do it. It just
I think we both just got to, we just kind of, it was going so well as GLXY anyway, and our jobs were going well, that it was why change it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also you get to a point where in your career where you're a certain age, you've got more expenses, you've got more responsibilities.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, I can't go full time now. You know what I mean? You're in that lifestyle now. So
as you're saying that, I was just thinking, it just popped into my head. It's going to be interesting transition for you very soon.
I know, mate. I know.
Because
it's going to be a real.
It's all right with maybe less commitments.
Yeah.
But you're about to enter fatherhood. So.
I know, mate. Big year coming up. So
yeah, man.
First kid in June.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
It's going to be very close
Biggest
to Jon's
release.
birthday.
Yeah.
Very close
Could
to
be
Jon's
actually
birthday.
the same day. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. I can't have that.
What's the due date then? He's
12th
at
of June.
12, nice. So
That's within the threshold of uncertainty.
got another Gemini in the mix. Come on.
I know. It's it will be a big change, but see what happens.
You're pretty
No
daddish
pressure.
already though, aren't you?
Yeah,
To be honest.
I'm ready.
It's
I'm
quite
ready to go.
daddish, yeah.
Well, honestly, I don't see it being an issue. It's just obviously things change, but you find time for what you want to do in life. I've got a mate who's literally just got ripped. He's got 2 kids and he just ripped himself to 5% body fat because he turned 40 and he was like, I'm just gonna go ham down the gym. And he's like, if I can do it, anyone can do it. It's sort of like you put effort into things you're passionate about and things you care about.
The duo dynamic kind of works with that as well.
Yeah.
Obviously,
that's true. Actually, yeah.
My setup as well is lends itself towards actually being able to DJ quite a lot. Obviously, that tour I just did. Like I was working the whole time, right?
You should probably tell people about that because that is mad.
Yeah,
we were discussing it, weren't we?
Yeah,
I could not have done that.
Yeah.
Like, I could not have done that.
I mean,
fair play.
very few people have the luxury of being able to do what
Well, this
you've
is the
just
thing.
done.
Like my job's fully remote, and I luckily work for a company in the music space who just get it.
Yeah.
So like, as long as I get my work done, they have no issue with me being on the +10, +13 time zone. And to be honest, actually, like, it wasn't actually that bad. Like in terms of my days, it turns out, when you don't. Hopefully my boss doesn't listen to this, but like when you don't have any distractions or any meetings, most people can do their actual job in like 3 or 4 hours. Do you know what I mean? Like if you actually condense your work down.
100%.
So like what I was...
Sound a bit like Elon Musk here, mate. I'm not going to lie.
Like 5-hour work week, Secret to success.
The thing is, if you're good at your job and you learn to pattern
really
it,
can.
honestly, I'm in a new role and I'm learning that very quickly. Actually, I can easily shave hours off my work.
Yeah.
And
a lot of the work day is just like being on IM and like being in meetings or whatever. Like people waste time. So like what I was doing was getting up in the morning, smashing out a few hours of work, taking the middle of the rest of the day off, and then evening calls. They actually work quite well.
You took every Friday off, you said?
Because obviously I was flying or gigging every Friday. But
crazy though, what, 6-week tour, 20 shows?
But to be honest, like, where would you rather be like doing a meeting like in an office in London or by an infinity pool in Thailand looking over the ocean? You know what I mean? Like I kind of get the whole why people do that whole digital nomad thing now. It is lit.
I get it. What was Eli, Michelle, and Dusky's take on that when they're like, were they like off doing stuff sometimes?
Michelle is like a bigger workaholic than me.
Yeah,
Michelle is working. Shout out Michelle, man. She's like working 24/7. So she was right there with me on the laptop. Like she's just cracking it out as well.
Nice.
So, it was good, man.
Yeah.
Didn't you have one
bit
gig
of solidarity?
You had to go and play a gig and then came back for a work call?
Yeah, I had one. It was a Monday gig in Dunedin, student week. And she had a call half an hour before my set. Hotel's like 5-minute walk to the club. Played the set. Hung around for like 10 minutes of Ollie and Eli's set. Came back, had another call. Like weird transition. It was like a Freshers Week event as well. So it's just like sensory overload. Yeah, came back.
That's pretty
had
crazy.
Another call. Yeah, it was But
And I was DJing at Butlins, so you know.
Yeah, you were playing at Butlins. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there with you. Glamorous.
But
It was good fun.
No, it was good, mate. It was good.
I think with the
we
duo
did Solvent
thing,
as well, didn't we?
Yeah, it was good.
I was just gonna say like obviously we actually haven't played a show together this year, have we?
Nah.
I don't think we have.
Literally.
And we're like in April.
But your calendar's busy.
Yeah, it's been good the first half of the year. Like, it definitely slows down over summer a little bit, like as it tends to do, just because I don't think we're necessarily like a festival artist per se. Yeah. Like, we obviously play like a handful, and they're all really good ones, so I'm not going to complain. And to be fair, like, because of the full-time job thing, and obviously with the baby coming, I don't think we would want the schedule we've had in this first quarter or first third of the year. I don't think we can handle that all the time.
Yeah, of
No,
course.
I agree.
I mean? So,
I think that the last 12 months has probably been the busiest we've ever been.
Shout out Michelle, innit?
Well, there you go.
Facts.
There you go.
Facts.
Yeah.
And like, we released a ridiculous amount of music for like 18 months. 2023 to like the start of 2024.
I think it paid off.
And and there's a kind of lag effect of like releases and then bookings.
That's actually very true.
We always talk about the lag effect.
Yeah, the lag effect is
the
so
lag
real,
effect.
because we literally said to each other, like, let's just release. Like, we have like years where we don't release a lot. Like last year, 2024, I think we had one single that we released,
saying that,
and maybe a couple
literally.
remixes. So like, maybe like 3 releases total. Year before that, we did like 2 6-track EPs, and like all of the bookings we got last year and kind of this year. I think part of that is what happened in 2023.
People catch up.
Yeah.
People are still catching up.
Yeah.
So, not everyone's on the pulse with dubs and stuff. A lot of people are, and like ratings for that. But, you know, some people just find the music at their own pace. And it all just builds and builds, doesn't it, really? You're just building a really nice back catalogue of, like, really credible, beautiful music.
Yeah, I think that's been the thing. And, like, your original question, like, secret to longevity, it's kind of that, man. It's like, obviously finding your sound is really important. And I would say we spent a long time not knowing what our sound. We always knew what we liked. Always knew what we liked. It was always soulful. There was a tinge of club element in there because obviously we DJ, so like kind of has to be. But like, I think in the last 2 to 3 years, we've really honed in on like a couple of sounds or a couple of styles that I think we do really well. And we've just kind of stuck with that. And I think that's been the other thing as well. And like things, obviously, Jack will tell you as well, like your sound changes over time, but it's just all about solidifying it in that moment. So I think we've just done that again, really.
Yeah.
We've never been afraid of like putting music out either. Like if you listen to our back catalogue, you can literally probably hear and see us finding our sound in real time, if that makes sense. It's a bit of a weird thing to say, but like if you listen to our old stuff, you can probably recognise some of the bits we've carried on with and the bits we've definitely ditched.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a nice way to kind of progress, I think. But.
Yeah.
I also think you're both. I know you both. You're pretty easygoing, and I think when you're easygoing, that like I think people that I see in long term relationships, but long term relationships is what I actually want to say. But either or, like the secret to a successful one is kind of being chill with the other person.
Sometimes we're not chill though.
Nah, but also like...
oh, go on, come on then.
No, we're honest.
But we're honest though, that's
that's all right.
I don't know if you had the same thing with Harry as well. Like, we kind of made an agreement years ago that we just had to say it how it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because,
ratings.
Because that literally, harbouring stuff is the thing that kind of breaks relationships up.
Yeah.
In all walks
super smart.
In all walks of life, not just music. Yeah.
Yeah, there's never any room for resentment, is there?
Yeah.
You got to just remove any opportunity for that.
Yeah.
And just be open and honest. Like, and just know that like each other can have like very different opinions.
Yeah.
And it's like
It's an opinion.
it's like a self-serving A&R process as well.
Yeah.
If you're arguing over a tune, just park it or revisit it or whatever.
Yeah. Kind of says it all, If you can't agree on a tune, then it's kind of like that tune probably doesn't need to come out.
That's it. Yeah. Totally agree.
Yeah, if something's flowing, it's usually that's the
There
one.
are exceptions. Don't get me wrong. There's been exceptions where like Tom's brute forced a tune through, or I brute forced a tune through. No, but facts though, right?
It's true,
yeah,
mate.
right.
It is true.
But it's more perseverance, right?
And it's more like a negotiation as well.
Yeah,
like,
it's like one of you will just have that extra 10% of perseverance, and maybe the other one doesn't that day. And like eventually, it's not like Tom's the only one who's ever backed that one tune from like inception till the day it comes out.
Yeah.
Eventually, you come round to it.
Yeah.
Same way it is with me and Harry. Like sometimes I'll be like, I'm not too sure on this one. He'll be like, give us a day to work on it.
Or you play it out one time and it sounds really good. Actually,
it's always that weird like duo dynamic. Like you produce, one guy will make a tune and will be, like get proper into it. And like they're feeling it, and then when you send it to your mate, and they're like, I'm not feeling it, and you're like, mate, what are you talking about?
That is literally it though. Like you get so attached when you work in different rooms. I think this is the thing with working in different rooms. Yeah, Tom's nailed it. Like you just get so attached to the idea because you just created this idea. Like anytime you do something creative and it comes out and you like it, as in like the idea comes out of your head and onto paper, you're like, that's it. No one can tell you anything. Like that is it. Yeah. And then as soon as the other person says, nah, you're like, as you said, you're like what? Like, yeah.
I think sometimes it can be as simple as you've listened to it more. Because sometimes you listen, when I listen to tunes, I'm like, oh, okay, I start to get it. Like a producer sends it to me, and I'm like, oh no, actually, I like this now. And then like maybe they might send me another version. I'm like, oh no, like I actually quite like that version before.
Demoitis, all your ears catch different things in the mix. Like the person who made it might think this is like a really sick progression, but actually, like John hears it and thinks that mix or that drum and bass line is terrible.
Yeah, but like, but you're focused on the thing that you like, the hook of it or whatever. Yeah.
What did you call it?
Demoitis.
Like it.
Demoitis. Yeah, it's like where you
oh, mate, we've all had it.
From
like
the OG version of a tune.
We've got tunes on our USBs that are like the demo versions that our mates have sent us, and obviously the release versions come out, but I'm not changing it.
You still play the one.
Standard with like a weird name, version 1 or whatever. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any examples like that, like off the top of my dome that I.
The one that for me is always that Jube D-Bridge tune. We still play it as Untitled Rhythm version 1. Like that's the version I play, but it's that Show Me tune.
Yeah.
But I'll never change it. Like, I'm just going to play Untitled.
How much difference is there between the two?
The mix of the Show Me one's technically better, but it's not better. Do you know what I mean?
It's like one of those classic.
Yeah, the mix is definitely better, like from a technical perspective, but the vibe,
some of the soul and vibe is lost along the way.
The other one,
classic trade-off.
Yeah.
What would you say are each of your? Because it's interesting, obviously, talking to a duo, and I'm sure Jack will have a lot to say on this, but like, what would you say are your strengths as individuals that you bring to making such a successful duo over such a long period of time? Again, really.
I mean, Tom's definitely drums.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't even bother writing drums at this point. I'm just like, I just let Tom do it, man. Like, it's quite nice to be honest. Like, not to have to worry about it. Yeah. 100%.
Tom's techie on the drums.
Yeah, I do, mate. Yeah, I get.
I mean, Tom's snare chat's been about since I lived with him for like years.
Yeah.
It's always Tom's snare.
I know it's quite nice because I could like have an idea for what a drum should sound like, and then he'll just make it better.
Yeah,
it's just sick. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. I just love music. I'm just like writing music is my. I just love doing that.
Yeah. some more like sampling, creative like
chords progressions,
nice
music,
little like musical frills or like sprinkles for a tune as well. You've always had that pretty nailed on.
Well, you play guitar, didn't you?
Although never, I think
no, you have
one
couple.
or two times.
Do you still play? I always wondered that.
Never, but it's been in to the Halogenics collab. There's a little sprinkling in there, and then one tune that we've got coming out at some point. It's got a bit in there.
Do you never play because you don't have one?
No, I do.
He's got one. That's what he
literally got one.
He's had one for,
I just never.
I
think you agree as well. I think guitar and drum and bass sounds pretty cheesy 90% of the time.
No, but you can just play.
Yeah.
And also, you can make nice things with that, man.
You can resampling it sounds quite cool, but it's also quite long. Like, I don't know. It's definitely an underutilized skill, but also the fact we both played instruments as kids or whatever has obviously manifested itself in a different way. Do you know what I mean? Like, that skill's not gone to waste. It's just transitioned to like being producers or whatever. So,
what about outside of the actual production sense?
I was just going to say,
who's the best DJ?
You know
I don't want to say that.
Nah, you know what? No.
That was off the top.
You know what?
I was like, fuck it.
I would say at one point I was.
But I'd agree.
But I think actually our selections and like the way we mix is just come like almost like not the same, but like very similar.
Notice how he was happy to say at one point he was the better. But would never at any point say that Tom got better. No, we got as good as one another.
I think this is quite good for John. This is from real progression.
I'm saying
this is learning.
What I'm actually saying is I think we're both very good DJs. Is what I'm actually saying.
Definitely different.
Go on.
No, we're definitely different. Not in a bad or a good way. It's just It's just kind of morphed over time into what it is now.
I really like watching you two play together, because actually, as I'm thinking about it, it's like a really seamless, it's like effortless actually. Like there's no like treading on anyone's toes, nothing like that. And it's interesting because obviously you're saying you haven't played together like that much recently. And I think as a duo, you've probably played together less than a lot of other duos out there, right? Because you're busy with work.
Yeah.
You're doing as many gigs as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, you've got 2 bookings in a night, you've got to go separate. Maybe not less than most, but like maybe less than them.
Yeah, I would say less than Jack and Harry for sure.
Yeah,
percentage-wise for sure, yeah.
Yeah, which is interesting because obviously they're probably like busier. You would think they would actually have more like double sort of booked gigs and stuff, which I'm sure is when that situation happens for them.
Yeah.
But when you two like meet up, it's just like you're not practicing it. I know you're not. I know you said a little bit of planning and it's crept in a bit more recently.
Helped, basically, but like we always just like we DJ as if it's like one DJ, if that makes sense. So it's like we have 4. You did the same. You're the ones that put us onto it. Like 4 decks.
Yeah.
And effectively 2 decks each.
Yeah.
And a splitter with the headphones, so you're basically DJing together.
Yeah. I like watching them do it as well.
Yeah,
because they'll get all up on each other's tunes and shit. And,
I get all the hands crossed on the mix
as well. No, but I rate it though, man. I've played with them a lot.
Thank you.
And
I just love the fact that you man are just praising that right now because also like that's nothing to do like
techers.
That wasn't like us being. That was specifically us looking at the way that we were DJing and going. This doesn't feel like Pola and Bryson. This feels like
Pola back-to-back Bryson.
Yeah, it feels like Jack and Harry just spinning some tunes. So we kind of wanted to bring something a little bit more to it.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's why we started DJing the way we did, because you lot were doing it.
If you go 1 for 1 as well, it's way more like it's way more involved, isn't it?
Yeah, we do 1 for 1 as well. That's why. Yeah.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, 1 for 1.
Yeah.
So it's almost like in between the norm, I'm just having a mix, and then just literally between my blends, Harry's just shoehorning in a tune.
Yeah.
Which is
it's
like interlocking 2 blends together.
Yeah, especially the hot queue situation. It's just like makes it all
Yeah. We've been going back to back now for what? More than 10 years.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
Since uni,
12, 13?
Yeah. We've been
never goes away, does
We've been DJing together longer than we've been making music together.
Yeah. Facts.
Wild.
Yeah, no, it works. It definitely works really, really well. Like both duos on that point. Like, it just seems like it's just like you just know exactly what the other person's going to do, and there is a real skill to that.
Yeah.
Because it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of back-to-backs in a rave of like random people come together and be like, that was a bit of a disaster. It's a nice idea, didn't quite work. Obviously some sick ones as well, but it's a tough thing to be able to.
I personally prefer playing like with another person as well.
I don't have fair play on my own. I'm joking.
He's not joking.
I am actually
He's
joking.
not joking.
The vibe is always better when it's like to both of us and like an MC, like you or whoever. Like it's always better. Yeah.
Mates playing together.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a dark like club, I hate just like being one guy on the stage, just jamming away. Don't know why.
It just feels a little bit more uncomfortable, doesn't it?
You hate being...
Not hate is an exaggeration.
Yeah, but...
like, it always feels like it's not as much fun.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the club. If you're on a pedestal,
completely.
Yeah, don't like
Completely.
that. But if it's like if I'm as silhouetted and dark as everybody else in this club, and everyone's like on a unified platform in that regard, in terms of like just let loose and have fun, no one's watching. Like,
if it's dark, it's calm. I just don't like playing festival stages. Like,
when it's
well
lit in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I was thinking about some festival gigs we'd done together on the way in. And do you remember that festival one?
I knew you were going to say that.
That was a weird...
On the top of that thing,
Were you like standing on top? You were emceeing on top of it?
I was emceeing on top.
You weren't like next to us?
HMS Festival.
No, I walked up to the roof.
Climbing the rigging.
Yeah, SP was up there as well. Me and him having a well good time.
He was on after us. It was like not Lighthouse Family. It was...
No, I thought it was Perez and SP, wasn't it?
No, but then after that, it was Faithless.
Oh, yeah.
On that stage?
Yeah.
That's jokes.
Yeah.
Wasn't it, was J5 on there as well or something?
No, it was like So Solitary the next day.
Oh, that was that.
I don't remember any of that. I remember we turned up.
That was crazy.
Me and Harry had been somewhere the night before. Was it Let It Roll?
You've been Let It Roll, yeah.
I was asleep on the grass.
I thought you got stuck in traffic or something.
Yeah, and then there was that as well.
That was a crazy
I remember we went to the Metalheads tent.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm just all flooding back to me now.
That's where we camped in that field, wasn't it?
I think I remember the
we
mic
camped in that field.
Yeah.
That was good.
When did you guys first, like, what was your first release? Because I'm almost certain I think I know what your first like few releases were. Those first few years, like, what you did and how and when. But I know I've got that wrong.
Yeah.
As in not self-release, like on a label. Was on that compilation, and I think Sat was on there or something. Sat or FaZe or one of them lot was on there with us.
What was that one?
It was like like one of them YouTube channels did
Ledge Sounds or something.
Ledge Sounds, that was it. I think that's actually our first like someone else put one of tunes out.
Yeah.
First release with a label I think was Limitless.
No,
just
Limitless.
before
It was that other label. Let me just get Spotify out quickly. Yeah, we should know this.
We should know this, really, shouldn't we?
Yeah, how do you not know?
They all happened really close together.
Yeah.
Solvent was like very, very close.
Yeah.
Because I remember Limitless.
Yeah, Limitless was. I thought that was first.
I thought that was. Well, that was what I was going to. That was.
Yeah,
that got onto UKF as well. Didn't
it did. Yeah.
I don't think our first release got to UKF.
Tune, whatever it
Did
was.
you make music like solo before you made music? I know your first release was together, but did you actually start as individual producers?
On a German label called like Soul Brothers Records. There's a guy called Row Pieces.
What, you had a release on there?
Yeah, right.
When he was like 16?
I was 16, right? And they got me to sign a contract. My parents had to sign it. Because I was like a child. They literally, I couldn't sign it. So that was with...
I think Spotify's got it wrong,
that was when I was 16.
Fair play.
Yeah, I hadn't released anything. I was just started producing terrible dubstep on a cracked version of FL Studio.
Hold tight.
Dubstep, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, bro. I made a tune called Worms VIP. And the funny thing is, there was no Worms normal version. I just went straight to Worms VIP. I was just like, the game Worms?
Yeah.
I just like sample bare things off that.
To be fair, there's a lot of like wicked sound effects on Worms, for sure.
Yeah, and then obviously played guitar and stuff, but like hadn't released anything, and then we just started making tunes. So I think we told the story quite a few times, but we'll do a very, very quick version of it. So we went to University of Leicester together. I was in the DJ Society, just come back from my year abroad. You had joined, and the DJ Society in Leicester had a night in this club called XY. And basically,
that was a sick club, actually.
That was a sick club, 4 floors. It used to be called Superfly, if anyone that knows. Hold tight, Superfly. And then basically, they had us on the top floor on the student night on Tuesday night. And then me, Tom, Josh Unglued, and a couple other boys were just basically playing. We had the room the whole night. And then I used to live literally around the corner from that club. So then you used to come to mine, didn't it, before that night. And we'd normally just be drinking. But then at one point, we decided to get Ableton out.
Yeah.
And start making a tune. And then it literally that's how it started. Yeah. So.
Sick.
Yeah. It's kind of mad to think like, Josh was in the mix as well. And at that point, he wasn't even producing drum and bass.
I remember when he played on the bus at Hospitality in the Woods or in the park, whatever one it was. I think it was in the park, Park, like years and years ago.
On the Soul Van.
Oh, yeah, and you were like, we were like, obviously went there together.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, no, this is my mate. He's about to do bits.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, sick.
Yeah.
And did I jump on with him or something?
Maybe, yeah.
I think it was like, it was a little van or something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
That was like the first time I met him. You were like, no, he's just got something.
That was like 2013, 14 we met. Yeah. Mad, yeah.
I think it's fair to say that Josh did indeed go on to bits.
It is actually mad though, yeah.
But big bingo card maneuver from Jon GLXY for about, how many years ago do you reckon that was?
That would have been like 2016, 17 probably.
Yeah.
Probably 2016, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, so like, you'd done that thing. I hadn't released anything, and then we just Alston and Middleman started. OG name.
Is that still what our Dropbox is called?
Our Dropbox is still called that.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Alston and Middleman.
Yeah.
Wow, thank fuck.
Yeah.
Big up Tom Suri on that one, man.
Yeah.
I'm changing your phone contacts to Middleman.
Yeah, fair.
Middleman, was it him that come with that, or was it?
Nah, we came up with it.
But he come with the logo or something, didn't he?
Nah, I'll tell you all of the story. So
okay, go on.
The name, because we were called Alston and Middleman, we were like, we need a name.
Yeah.
And then we had the conversation, and we were like, all right, we'll just go away, sleep on it, think about it. And I literally had a dream that night we were called Galaxy.
Oh, that was it.
And then the reason it became GLXY is just because we kind of did it ironically, because everyone at the time was doing the whole Visas A's thing, taking out vowels. So we were like, this would be funny.
Yeah.
And then our email address also has that. So every time I send our email address, I have to explain to people it's not a typo. The U that's supposed to be a U in music is actually a V. Yeah. Hindsight's 2020. And then the logo, original logo was done by my mate Imogen at Leicester Uni. And then I sent that logo to my mate Sam, who's like a TV producer now. He's actually the guy that kind of taught me how to produce as well originally. So big up Sam Underwood, shout you out. Then he just whipped up this little like triangular logo thing, literally just like in 10 minutes, and then we just used that ever since.
Really?
That's been our logo ever since, yeah.
So what was the Suri credit for?
No,
back in the day?
Suri basically just like helped us kickstart our career.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so like he kind of took us on as like a management thing, and then like he got us the Submotion Orchestra remix.
Yeah.
He had loads of links like UKF and that. So like that was quite mad though. Like that remix, getting that was
that's crazy.
Mad in itself.
At the time.
At the time.
We'd been like going for like 1-2 years or something like that.
Yeah. And it started up as a bootleg, and then
suits your sound though, and Tom
he's a G.
He's a G.
Yeah. So that was kind of at one point. We had Tom as our manager, and that agent was also called Tom.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Tom and Basic.
Yeah.
So 3 Toms.
3 Toms. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What's your favourite Galaxy tune? Like each of you.
That's one of the questions, isn't it?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Whoa.
I thought you said you didn't look.
The Instagram questions.
That's actually my question.
It changes for me. Like, if like more recent times, there's 2 that really stick out to me.
Yeah.
One being I Love Chaos. Like I think that was kind of like a summation of all our like tunes for the last few years coming into one, like the garagey kind of like shuffly kind of thing. And then like Rota. Because
I fucking love Rota.
Only because we tried to we've been making heavy tunes on and off like throughout our career, and like they've been alright, haven't they?
Yeah, I think did Warrior come out after Get Defeat?
Yeah, it did.
I think Get Defeat was the first proper one we wrote that was like, this is actually good. Yeah.
Then Rota, like, I feel like we actually made a tune that sounds like us.
What did you call it? Remember I played it on Cool FM and you were in MC and you were like, if Ketamine was a tune.
Classic.
Yeah.
But it like sounds like us, and it's like a heavy tune that like slaps in the club, and we still like play it out.
Yeah.
Which is something I personally found quite hard to do.
Yeah.
Like today. I don't know about if you think that as well.
Yeah, I think Rota's the one that's like the most unique tune.
Is super original, actually.
Yeah.
In a world of, it's very difficult to
It's
be
hard
original.
to write that kind of tune and stand out, man.
Yeah, 100%.
And there's lots of people that are very good at writing those sorts of tunes.
Yeah.
Favourite tune? Oh, it's tough, mate. It changes though, yeah. Like it kind of like, what's your favourite kid in it type of question, but like,
yeah.
I would say from the first album, I think the first tune with Dell is on there. She Sings For Me just because that was like...
That's actually mine.
Yeah.
I think that's the first thing we did with Dell, isn't it? Or second maybe.
It's the second.
Oh no, we did
These
These Lights, yeah.
That was his project.
Yeah, no, that was our project as well.
What was the swap one for him then?
Rain Dance.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think that first one for Dell for me with on
These
what's it called
Lights.
again? These Lights.
Yeah.
Like I think for me, if I look back longer, that's probably up there.
Yeah,
as like
just
one
as
of the
a
top.
moment.
Literally, if you're like,
you're getting the call from Dell.
Yeah.
It's no joke.
Yeah, I think so She Sings For Me, I think, off the album, and then Love Chaos definitely as well, because I think that kind of, I was talking about finding our sound or whatever. Obviously, it's no secret that we both love garage, and like I think we've been trying to do the whole garage and drum and bass fusion thing for a little while. That's definitely the best one that we've done. There's another one coming out very soon. I think that's up there with it.
Yeah,
but like, that's up there.
I guess
Get Defeat for me as well. Actually, is up there. Just because it's like I play it every set still, and we struggle to play our own tunes quite a lot.
There's two other curveballs for me as well.
We've got
Sweet Lows.
Yeah,
that's up there.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one that's still like popping off on Spotify?
Nah, that's
what's that one?
Mindless. That one still popping off.
You're literally like, how's this doing this?
Yeah. Shout out UK's algorithms, man. Yeah.
And the other one for me is the Lie to You remix.
Oh yeah, to be fair,
because that's actually like, it was quite a hard tune to remix when it came through, but like I think we did a
real good job with that one, actually, to be fair. And actually, who was it? I saw play at Scuba or someone like that, like random Stingray, someone like a DJ in another genre. I just saw a video, like, that tune came out like 4 years ago, whatever, and like last year I just saw him playing it as like his last tune. I was like, mad.
Wow.
Yeah. The thing is, we've actually written quite a lot of music. So now that I'm thinking about
it, it's weird when you think that.
Yeah, you haven't gone anywhere near a couple of my favourites.
We've got the Halogenics collab.
Rotor, Lucid.
Yeah. First release on Shogun.
Blue as well.
Solvent
from the Butterfly Effect EP.
That's
always been one of my favourite one of your tunes, Blue.
Yeah.
That Blue tune, the sample on that's like a rock tune.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Like the little vocal was like from some old like prog rock tune, but it was hard panned left, and the rest of the tune was like in the centre in the middle, so you could
easy
chop it out.
Yeah.
Don't sue us.
In terms of like, probably shouldn't spend the whole time talking about our own music, but like Halogenics collab obviously as well. To other like career moments.
You're taking my next question, so let's roll.
Oh, go on.
Well, it's just like, who's been your favourite collab to work with, like artist?
The Lawrence one was interesting because it kind of feels like that one was like
Lawrence being Halogenics.
Well, you're his number one fan.
Yeah, apparently I'm his number one fan. So
come on.
Yeah.
Apparently.
It's no secret.
We haven't done that many collabs. I think the first thing we said is we've not done that many collabs.
That's true.
Because when you're a duo and you're already a collab,
you can have a couple different ones, I reckon.
Yeah.
And also like vocalist.
Yeah,
is what I was thinking.
So
like,
obviously Butterfly
producer.
Effect is a collab with another producer and you as a vocalist.
Yeah.
And was one of the tunes that really kind of cemented us as like newcomers or whatever.
It's still my biggest popping off tune.
Bro, and the thing is as well, what's nice about that tune is it's done pretty well numbers wise, without being like, it's just like, it's quite random how well it's done. Do you know what I mean? Not in a bad way.
I know all the bars as well, mate.
It's a 64 bar verse.
Yeah.
Like how often?
Bro,
do you
it got played on Soul Action like years ago.
Did it?
Yeah, bro. It got played on Soul
I remember
Action,
you saying
which
that,
is nuts because like obviously now they've just started playing DMB, but it got played when he never played a DMB tune before. Like that tune actually that's got to be one of that's got to be up there for sure. Obviously, like collabing with Perez and Halogenics was obviously big for us.
Yeah,
I think that was in the same year actually as well. We did both of those.
I remember you telling me about both of them in quite a short space of time. Not that they were necessarily even happened that close together, but I think they did.
Yeah.
But it was like in the pipeline.
Yeah, you told me about working with those guys in the same sentence.
Yeah.
You're like, we're working on tunes with Halogenics and Alex Perez. And I was like, you fucking what?
But yeah, we've really not done
He's
that.
not one to brag, is he?
Nah.
Do you know what? I give him we give him shit a lot, and he deserves it a lot. But like in certain circumstances, he's just actually like a bit gassed, and he's allowed to be gassed.
It's a little fan
shit like that.
Yeah. Vocalist. Obviously, it was cool doing a tune with Tyler and Red Eyes. That was a cool collab.
I forgot about that
one. A lot of cool collabs.
Yeah.
When you said like we haven't done that,
that's one of the tunes. We've got the Demoitis. Not Demoitis. What did you call it?
Demoitis.
Yeah. So we've got the demo of that tune with a different sample on it.
Yeah.
And it's better, isn't it?
It is better. But those are up there, man.
I think for me,
annoyingly,
I was going to say
this has to be addressed.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like,
still not got one.
Still not done a tune together.
What's going on, mate?
Oh shit, yeah. I mean, we've got
It's your fault, apparently.
We've tried better
We've got
times.
like 9 projects on our computer alone that are like tuned with Galaxy number 8.
Yeah.
I think one of them was like a 10-minute pad. I remember that.
The writing camp, yeah.
But like, and
Was
we've
that
got
Jack
the
just
number of
stoned at the
conversations,
keyboard?
the number
It
of
was all of us, to be
conversations
fair.
we've had being like, we just need to fucking close the doors off to the world for like 4 days and just finish at least one of these ideas.
Yeah,
Like,
it's one of them things
Nah,
as
you
well.
start
Like,
saying fresh, man. Just go down Harry's. And
Yeah,
go,
but
get in that room and
I
start
don't think there's been a
saying
situation where
fresh.
all
That's the
4 of
best
us been in the
shout.
room. Maybe there has been once or
Yeah,
twice.
a
couple of times.
Sometimes it's just like 3 of us or like 2 of us. And like I always have this thing where I struggle to write music in the same room as other people.
Yeah.
And especially if it's a mate, because then we end up just like doing whatever, chatting, or just like watching videos or like playing PlayStation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
that's why I think the easiest thing in the world is to go in with one of those pre-existing ideas and basically just like be
Update
savage
it.
about it. Just be like, let's take that out. That's shit.
Bring
That's
some
quite
sketches
good.
on the
yeah.
tunes.
Yeah, and it's like you can get the ball rolling when you've got something. It's kind of hard when you've got nothing.
4 people as well is a
We're
lot
always,
to make a
we're always
tune.
gassing Harry, man. Just get in the fucking room. Harry, sit in the computer and have
know
some
what?
fun.
No,
Put it in front of a piano.
That kind
and
of is
just
the other
work.
thing though as well.
exactly.
It's the whole like Reason Ableton thing as well. Because obviously to effectively collab, you always
Well,
want to have a
rubbish.
go in the driving seat.
Yeah,
But, like,
of
we
course,
can't
of
use
course.
I can't use Reason to save my life.
Okay,
Do you know what I mean? So like you're kind of just in the back.
Yeah, but
being
we've
like,
all got-
change this thing.
But
Like,
we've all got
I love
laptops and
Reason.
headphones
Like, I
now.
know.
You just bounce things
I
out.
think we just got to go to a
and,
session with all with a few different ideas
Yeah.
in the same
There's quite a
key
lot of you.
and just like
Yeah.
play
Maybe that's
play by numbers.
maybe that's
Agree.
like what's like. It's not easy when you got that many cooks in a
Yeah.
room. Like,
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think what our goal should be just to write something super funky. Like
Yeah.
that should be the goal.
I feel like we should
Not
have a little
really
tick
sad.
list. We should
Yeah,
have a
all
tick
real
list. We should
sad.
be
Really
like, let's
sad.
aim to write 4, because then even
Yeah.
if you only write, you might write 4, the 3 naff ones, and then one of them's going to be good.
Yeah, we should definitely sad liquid tune and like a
Yeah.
funky one for sure. We could definitely do.
Yeah, funky one.
But yeah.
Then a
Have we
big,
done any other
beefy,
collabs? I was
naughty
just
one.
thinking.
The
Josh,
one that stood out for me was with Oscar Sustance, because that Fine Lines, because that was a writing camp, and it was me and Oscar and Catching Cairo, and that tune came together in about an hour. It was one of those ones where like it just, I think Oscar had some of those like housey kind of techno-y sounds like in a little loop, and we just went from there, and it came together real fast. And those ones that like feel really good when you're in the room and it all comes together, because as we were just saying,
he's
it's hard to do.
producer.
It's really hard to do.
He's a serious producer
Yeah.
as well, and
He's picked up steam as well. Again, like recently, he's tried this at another
I
time.
mean, we
Yeah.
need to get him on and talk about
We
his,
actually do.
His story, yeah.
his story, because people will be like, "What?"
Yeah.
He's done some mad shit with some mad grime artists, like
Yeah,
big
yeah.
in the game, like before he even.
touched on a bass.
Yeah.
I didn't
Like-
know that.
I didn't know
Mate,
that either.
We'll get him on.
Yeah, we'll get him on, trust me.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
had an interesting career for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big up Oscar.
I say we've done loads of collabs. We've actually done quite a lot. But I actually lied.
Spent like 15 minutes on collabs. That
Yeah.
we didn't
But obviously,
do.
we work with a lot of vocalists, though, innit?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, we've obviously got quite a few in the next project as well, like vocalist collabs. So, yeah.
Salo one was big.
Yeah. That one also came together real fast as well, to
Is
be
that
fair.
a writing camp? No,
Nah.
You in. I see the
We
clip.
just did
studios in London.
just did
or
a
something.
recording session. Literally, she wrote that vocal on the spot. We had like 2/3 of that idea, and then recorded the vocal, wrote the rest of the tune, done.
Boom.
Yeah, super
we
easy.
like it.
Yeah,
It's true what they say about the best tunes come together in like 45 minutes to an hour.
yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack Worth has obviously said that a lot, doesn't he, about his tunes? His best ones are all like 2-hour jobbies.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people like would say that, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
When you're just in the flow and it just works. Even if like from a lyric writing perspective, if I'm going back to something, I haven't done it in one session, I'm like in a completely different mood to what I was in like, when I
this
was
is the other
writing
thing
it.
as well. Yeah.
Unless I'm
But the
like in the pits of depression for like weeks on end.
The other problem is as well is it can be very easy. You got to do the potential 8-hour sessions where you're writing crap.
Yeah.
And you got to do 35 of those before you get to that one
that's actually a
session
very
where
good
you
point.
write
Yeah.
like a banger in 3 hours.
That
like-
2-hour session isn't actually a 2-hour session. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all the sessions
Exactly,
before
yeah,
that. That
technically.
didn't work. Yeah.
If you look at our shared Dropbox folders,
It's mad.
there is
It's
an
mad.
unhealthy amount of like sketches in there.
Yeah.
Because I literally have to work, because of work and everything, I work in hour blocks.
Yeah.
So I literally will sit down, write an idea, and then do that over and over again
Yeah.
until something lands.
Yeah.
Like, literally, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
So
That's interesting.
it's bad.
Actually, I think that's actually a good thing. I think our writing styles are really different. He's fastest writer ever.
Yeah, you've
this
always
guy.
said that, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas I will do like 4 sessions on an idea, then I'll be happy with it. Like I think if I did with 1 session, I'll just delete it. So,
Yeah.
literally, I'll be like,
Yeah.
that's crap. Whereas like he's very good at just being like, right, move on. Do you know what I mean?
One of the reasons is because he's the drums guy. So
yeah,
he's just got them ready.
Yeah, but
that's what we do. That's what we do
now. Though when we were kind of just like writing everything from scratch, every tune was written from scratch.
Yeah,
and then we kind of realised that like that's like why. Like, obviously, you make different drums and stuff, but like your sound. The core of your sound is based around the drums.
Yeah, you can hear things from most of the like producers in the game.
We didn't know that for years though.
Didn't you?
Nah, we were right. Like go back and listen to our early tunes. Like every drum is different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Nah, you look at like most like that's where their like sound originates from. It's like sort of like rinse and repeat or just tweaking things very slightly. Yeah. Some I've heard, I'm like, that's the exact same sound.
Yeah, but
as
the thing is, like,
tune, but I rate it.
Like, in a band, you have one drummer with one drum kit.
Literally, exactly.
Yeah.
But also, you have to put those like 5 years of making fresh drums for every single tune in order to be able to then make crisp drums instantly and then never have to replace them because they're like not good enough, but they are like the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
And even then, like, it's not like you're just going to use the same drums for every single tune for the next 5 years. It's like you'll swap them around. And eventually you'll be like, yeah, these five that we've kind of used a few times now aren't landing. We're going to have to like oomph them up. And then again,
I think you guys are a perfect example of that. Because you had good drums and overnight it was all of a sudden like next level.
Yeah, I'll credit. I've got to give credit to a handful of certain plugins there.
Black Friday sale, suddenly their drums are better.
Yeah. It was just like one tool that you get, and suddenly you're like, oh shit, that changes everything.
Yeah. Notice how he's not saying what plugin it is.
I was about to say, subscribe to our £10 Patreon tier. Jack will tell you what one.
You got to subscribe to my £1,000 OnlyFans version.
Facts. We're definitely trying to ride their coattails there. What's your favourite gig or like favourite memory of a gig?
To be fair, it's when we're all together.
Yeah.
Like all it's the best ones though, man. Like obviously, like we've been very lucky to play in some mad places. But like I would say, the most fun is when it's like all of us, like and like maybe it's like a hospital event because like they'll tend to book like all of us plus like Josh and like whoever else. Yeah, they're always the most fun, I think personally.
Do you mean just on the same lineup or specific like the back-to-back Phonox kind of vibe? Like what?
I mean that will always be. We can't talk about it again.
No. But like, or do you just mean like when we're all in a lineup together and it's just like everyone's there for a vibe?
But even not like even the lineups. It's just when everyone's all just there for a good party though, isn't it? They're just a vibe, aren't they?
Yeah.
The last hospitality boat party. I know you weren't there, Rich, but that was like,
mate,
that was
special. That was special. Yeah.
Yeah, you lot said that.
Was up there.
I was doing some other work at the time.
Were we all on that boat hungover?
It was the early doors one. It was for like 12.
Because we'd been on the stage, the beach stage the night before, weren't we? Yeah. I think that's probably why the vibe was very different last year compared to the year before.
I feel like you're always
messy boat party.
You're always on a boat hungover, and then you just go, oh look, there's a massive bottle of tequila, and you just pour yourself a big old tequila.
Well, you do because you have a massive bottle of tequila with you. Not everyone has that luxury.
I love boats, man. Boats are
all good thing is that everyone's on there from the start, so like the club is full from the first set.
The smoking area's right there on the deck. You ain't going nowhere. No one's walking out.
No one can escape. So you can play wherever you want.
But it's also just like such a like. It's not a unique situation anymore, but it kind of is in your like you plan your year. It's like I'm on a boat listening to the music I love, the artists that I love, and there's like you know loads of the like punters anyway. And it's like everyone's like a bit of it's a family vibe. There's no backstage, there's no like segregation, it's just everyone's just on a boat having a vibe. I mean
that's up there, man. Obviously the Phonox gig, with goes without saying, that's up there.
I think recent times for me as well, the when we stood in for Lensman Fabric.
Fabric, that was
it was like a real you might have talked about it before, haven't you? It was like a last minute one.
So it was Lensman a 3 hour set with Fox, he couldn't make it, so then we did hour and a half, Lawrence did hour and a half. And obviously, Lensman's crowd, we just played basically 90 minutes of Liquid.
Find out on the day.
Like, it was like 4 hours before, maybe?
And you made it, Tom.
Yeah, I know, mate.
Well done. Look, Tom weren't fucking about that, was he?
Do
you know what I mean?
Any other club would be like, nah.
Portsmouth on a Thursday night. Oh, sorry, John, I can't make it.
Mate, they chucked a hotel in, mate, I'm there.
But to be honest, like, North Quarter, like, there's
also
so many different things.
Fox as well, you know. He's so fun to play with as well.
Yeah, Foxes are done.
But it was like proper, nothing was planned at all, and literally straight in, just old liquid, and just rolled it out for like 90 minutes. I think Kelly said like it reminded her of like old Galaxy sets, but better version of,
like better, more skill,
like less clang.
Yeah, less clangs basically. Yeah, but like old selections,
more class, less clang.
Done a classic-ish route because of the night it was.
Yeah, and it's just like you just kind of get a sense from the crowd when you're playing, don't you? Like what they're responding to, and like they were just really popping off to like, all of our favourite liquid.
People were singing the bass line from Crooklyn.
Yeah,
like literally like chanting it.
Yeah,
like.
It was actually mad. Yeah,
so nice when moments like that happen in a dance where it's like, these people actually know this old school selection I'm drawing for. But like, as someone who, I pretty much just playing the era of music that when I like fell in love with drum and bass over like a 15-year period.
Yeah.
Dubs are great and stuff, but I feel like everyone is playing dubs, and it's like when I DJ, I like to do something different. I'm still doing like that. Really, I've got a Sun and Bass podcast I'm doing at the moment, and it's just like there's not one dub in there. It's just
I think that's actually similar to you as well. For us, like obviously our production's got better. I think our DJ sets have got better because of that as well. We've kind of gone back to playing. I don't know. We don't play that many dubs. Like there's let's say out of 40 tunes in a set, probably 6 maybe are dubs.
Yeah. Fair.
Do you know what I mean? And like the hand-picked, these ones are actually good.
Yeah.
And then everything else is just good music.
Love that.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's that's for me. It's like when you have, I go on my hard drive. It's ridiculous the amount of music I've got throughout the history of drum and bass from like 2000 to now.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, the majority of it is not in the last sort of 10 years really. It's that era we spoke about. Yeah. that liquid era, that dangerous liquid era. And like, pre that as well. It's just like, it's obviously got a nostalgic attachment. I have a nostalgic attachment to it, which I think makes me enjoy it a bit more. Yeah. But as well, I just don't know, man. I just feel like the quality, like
it's probably one of the most like, it's a bit of a cringy thing to say, but one of the most like musical eras of drum and bass.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I thought we were going to get a Tom Hot take there.
No.
He's got, by the way, he's got more controversial than me for sure.
Well, we'll get it.
He's more controversial.
Yeah, 100%.
All right,
You don't see the stuff he says about D&B, bro. We're about to hear it.
He's literally hotting him out. Love it. Do you want to finish what you were saying?
Drum and bass is shit.
Hate it. I'm a garage DJ now. Yeah. I feel like actually we did touch upon that a little bit, but I feel like that's something that maybe you guys need to get like a bit more credit for, because you did really run with the garage thing, and actually
it's popped off now.
It's popped off. But you weren't doing it when it had popped off. No. And it was kind of like you were doing it because you loved it, and you were very early to be dropping that in D&B sets. Yeah. And I think it's something that people know you for and love you for. Yeah. Like you've done garage sets, like
It's just more fun.
Yeah.
Here comes hot take.
I agree. I actually agree. I'm with you as well. You would agree as well.
If you're like mixing at home, are you playing a lot of garage?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I love playing garage. I mean, I literally, for me, garage and D&B are... That's why I'm playing old school drum and bass tunes, because that's like, I'm like basically like, hey, I'm still 16. These are the tunes I was playing when it's like a bit old man sad in a way, but it's literally like, I love like sort of taking myself back into a very carefree time as a teenager, when life is just about enjoyment, kicking a football around, having fun with your mates, like, and like no responsibility, no pressure. It's like there's something quite beautiful about that. And I guess maybe in this moment I'm kind of realizing maybe that's part of the reason I love it so much. And also, I like thinking back on memories, and I think music is memory to me. Like it always has been. It's what I put my heart and soul into. I didn't
mention it, but one of our favourite sets we've done is that you were there. It was just after COVID.
I hope I was there, mate.
No, you were. You were the 5 hours at Hackney.
5 hours Hackney.
And we started.
That was fucking.
We just started playing like dub and reggae. Moved into like disco, a bit of house, garage, and then drum and bass for a couple of hours,
and then the Euro song at the end.
Yeah, mate, gotta be done. It's coming home.
So jokes. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh my days, that was actually wicked.
But yeah, those. I mean,
I just did a 3-hour one in Manchester last week.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
They're the most fun, for sure.
Honestly, the longer I can play for DJing, the better. Like, I'm even like hitting up Zar about this on a baseball. So I'm like, can I go over the allocated time? And he's like, yeah, you can. I'm like, sweet.
Yeah.
Because if
we're the only genre that does normalizes 1 hour sets. By the way, I think we spoke about this before, but like whenever I speak to DJs from other genres, they're like, "What? You only play for 1 hour?" And I'm like, and then they're like, "What? You play 40 tunes in 1 hour?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro. Drum bass is weird, man. Like." It's like what we do as a genre is not normal compared to like every other genre.
It's mad, isn't it? Because it's not enough time.
Nah. And that's why, and then you fit that many tunes in. Yeah. And it's like, it obviously has a different energy and like it is danceable and stuff. But like, most other, obviously they're slower, which is the bigger thing. But like, I remember speaking to a girl who's like I don't know maybe like house and Afro house and all that sort of stuff. But like 15 tunes an hour. That's it. That's normal,
which is mental. Yeah, we double that.
Yeah, more than I'm at triple sometimes. Yeah.
I think that's where like we don't do it all the time, but we're playing a couple of garage tunes in the middle of a set, which is often in the middle of a night. Yeah, can be such like a tonic to the rest of the night.
Release.
And like, don't get me wrong, it can be a bit of a risk, but I don't think it's ever gone like wrong.
Nah, sometimes it goes on for a little bit too long.
Yeah.
And people are like,
self-indulgent.
Bring it back. Yeah, but then people are like, bring it back to drum and bass now. But like, it always at least pops off in the initial reaction.
Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it? Because obviously the crowd are there really to hear D&B. So
has it
ever gone down in a way you didn't think it'd go down?
Nah, in some ways, so the crowd are there to hear D&B, but they're also there to hear whatever you're playing.
That's true.
They're there to hear. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate.
He hates garage. He absolutely hates garage.
Wakey bakey.
They're there to hear good music, right? Yeah. And there's a term that I've been hearing like thrown around in North America a lot by people, which is UK dance music. And I think similar to how like garage is like a cousin of drum and bass, same way like dubstep is a cousin to drum and bass to some people of a certain generation.
Yeah.
I think the same way that like it's UK underground dance music, right? And so like to a degree we've all got there's influence there from it, there's an interest from it, there's a nostalgia to it. But I like the fact that you guys have really made that like a part of, it's like the now and present. It's not like, it's not just a thing from 15 years ago that you guys loved. It's like you're still incorporating it into what you're doing now. And it showcases a little bit more about like your musical tastes, I think, to people, which I love. Yeah. There's a handful of garage tunes that I only know because I've heard you guys play them.
Rinse them.
I think there's like, that's probably why my favourite DJ of all time is still Ben UFO.
Yeah, he's a sick DJ.
Because he literally he doesn't play just one genre. He'll play like ambient. It's a bit like Caliber, to be fair. Play ambient to like house, to techno, and to jungle, to garage, to whatever.
Do it for years as well.
Yeah.
Like literally years.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like some sets back in the day in Southampton that were like blew my mind.
Yeah.
He used to get booked on a dubstep night.
Yeah,
he still does. He's doing the heavyweight.
Because he can do it.
He would still play multi-genre then.
Yeah.
And like some people would be like, what's going on? Be like, why are you here? Like,
that's where drum and bass is such a weird genre because it's such a tiny circle.
It's on its own a little bit.
Like when you're in it, it feels massive, but if you're outside it, like it's an odd genre.
Yeah, it's kind of its own little island. Partly because of the BPM as well. Like it's so far away from like every other genre. Like with like house, garage, techno,
they're all
you can
within
blend them together.
Of one another. Like,
so like with drum and bass, and you've just got to whack the fader all the way down, like plus 16 or wide. Get up to like 174 or whatever, like it's miles away, isn't it? So.
Or make yourself a techie little edit.
Or make yourself an edit. Yeah.
What was the techie edit?
You got better.
Yeah, what was the main one? Like one of the first ones you done back
in the day? The first one we did was the Hive and Go.
Oh, Hive and Go one.
That was the first one we did, the Joy Orbison one.
That's the one I'm thinking of, I think.
Yeah.
We've been playing Joy Orbison before Flight FM.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, by the way, we've been at Joy Orbison for time, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, my days.
Yeah, facts though,
Clip that up.
When you started out, did you ever think, because I always have this thought like quite often when I'm sort of maybe in a bit of a moan zone space, as I'm sort of renowned for, and it's like it's always good to think back to when you were the age, you know, we're talking about when we're like inception into music and stuff, and like, you know, reality check yourself on how far you've come. So like, did you ever think like you would get to be this like successful when you sort of started out? And at what point in your career did you realise you were like, right, we're like onto something here?
Well, I'll let Tom go, but the only thing I will say is, as a duo, we've never planned that far ahead. That's what I will say.
No.
Yeah.
Like, the only time we planned anything, was I remember we were like, when we first started getting a little bit of momentum, we were like, right, what label do we want to end up on? And I think we wrote down Shogun, Hospital, maybe Integral, or like Spearhead. Like, obviously we've gone on to release on all of them.
All make total sense.
Yeah. Obviously we've gone on to release on all of them, end up on Shogun. So that's like the only thing I can think of where we were like, had a vision for something. And we had a meeting with Hospital. We basically, it's all happened. So that's the only thing I can think of. But other than that, we don't. Yeah. It's all been winging it, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And never look too far ahead, I guess. Other careers on the go.
Yeah.
So
I think from when I was younger, like I used to, listen to the Hospital podcast.
Yeah.
Back like from when Tony Coleman first started out. And as I was like 15, 16-year-old, I listened to that all the time.
Yeah.
When we got like tune played on there for the first time, that's when I was like, okay, maybe like we could actually get a bit of momentum with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just little things like that that kind of keep you...
Little milestones.
Yeah, just keep you like snowballing. Because you get the momentum, you get a bit of confidence that like people actually might be feeling the tunes you're making, and it kind of rolls from there, really.
Yeah, like first UKF upload, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there's all little milestones that at the time you're like, that gives you confidence to be like, we should keep going. Yeah. Basically. Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it? I think it's really nice to do that reality humble check and sort of be like, especially, when things maybe aren't not necessarily not going your way, but like you see things change and adapt, and it's like, oh, this isn't what I got into back in the day and stuff, and maybe like that's a hot take or whatnot, but that's probably mine. Is like, oh, things have changed like so much, but then you still got to look back and just be like, actually, I've done more than I ever thought I would, because 100%. I definitely did look at it like that from a young kid and was like, I'm going to make this my career, and obviously realistically I just probably should have picked DJ or producer as opposed to an MC, because it's not really a viable career apart from a very few people in the game. But I think it was more when I was a kid. But even then, when I have those reflections, it's like I played with Randall. Which is like like 11 years old on a bus listening to like Randall tapes, swapping Randall tapes. Is like that moment for me would always just be like completed it, really.
I think that's the thing as well. I think our generation is probably more driven. It's interesting because it kind of bleeds into my day job a little bit, but like our generation of producers is more driven by like the respect of our peers, I would say. And like, this DJ's played my tune, or I've performed with this person. Yeah. Whereas I think maybe now, and this might be an assumption, it's more about like doing numbers on social media or whatever. And I think that's why we can have these moments, because it's like, you look back, you look at all the gigs we've played, all the people we've worked with, all the stuff we've all done, places we've travelled to. Like, that's for us is like, I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. Or, do you know what I mean?
Crazy,
we're in like a very privileged position for that as well. Like, we're mates that have signed to the same label or very closely associated labels. And we do play a lot of shows. And like, that's like crazy. If you think about it, that's crazy. Like, it's actually crazy.
Because how many people make music? And how many people get to do what we've all got to do? Like, that is literally it, isn't it? Like,
it is mad. The percentages are stacked well against you.
Yeah. And somehow we've all found each other, formed a little like quote unquote crew or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's pretty crazy when you think about it that way.
Yeah, us meeting was fucking jokes. Yeah. That was like a whirlwind.
That was a Solvent night, wasn't it? The first time we played together.
Solvent night. Suri,
Silver Bullet,
Hold Tight Suri, brought me in again. Hosted for you guys and you guys. Yeah.
Is that a restaurant now?
It was,
It's
it
some
got turned to a burger place or something.
Crazy
now it's something
American
else.
burger place.
I sometimes see the pictures from that Silver Bullet night, and it's like, wow.
Yeah,
it's come a long way.
The photo. It's funny that you mentioned the photos from that Silver Bullet night, because it's every now and then it's very easy.
My drip was crazy, by the way. In that the jumper I was wearing was nuts, bro. But I swear, like a wolf in it or something.
We need to find that. Get Johan to like put it up on the screen.
It's a crazy photo, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
But I like every now and then it's quite easy to be somewhere in the world or be doing something with a release or whatever, and it maybe isn't necessarily going the way you hoped it would or the way you wanted it to, right? And it's sometimes kind of, it's easy to look at what you're doing with a bit of like resentment or negativity, being like, oh, it's a shame that's not happening the way I kind of expected or wanted. And every now and then, like, you sit there and you just scroll through your archived Instagram photos and you scroll back 7 years and you're like, oh shit, man, do you remember doing that? And then going, that was in front of 120 people in a bar in East London, and now you're going to go and do the same thing in front of like 1,200 people. Like, you're on the shitter before you're going to go and play that set, and it kind of just like knocks you back into perspective a little bit, and you're like, yeah, all right, yeah, that doesn't matter. That thing that didn't go the way I wanted doesn't matter, because you're right. It's what a wild journey to be. On, isn't it?
I think it sounded like at the beginning when I asked you initially, it's like you both didn't really have much expectation from it. No, which I think is good.
The reason we started making music because we found it fun, which is why we make music, right? And that's kind of what I'm saying about this whole like, I think all of us kind of cut from the same cloth in that regard. Like we just love it, something creative, we want to do it. Versus like ever, I think you're setting yourself up for failure a bit more if you kind of, don't get me wrong, there's all these things about like manifesting and all this stuff, which I think there is validity to it, but like if you as a newcomer in any field are like, I'm gonna get here, you're only gonna experience disappointment if you don't get there. Whereas the way we've done it, it's like it's only upside. Really.
Everything's a bonus.
Yeah, kind of. I'm not saying everyone should have that attitude. Like definitely there needs to be people that have the attitude. I'm gonna make it to the top. But yeah. I think it's just how it's worked out for us, basically.
Yep.
Yeah. What's a pet peeve about each other?
Here we go.
Pet peeve.
Here we go.
Just drop it like that. What's the most annoying thing that John does, Tom? We'll start with
you. The most annoying thing is just how popular he is. He gets recognised so much, and I was standing next to him, mate.
He's the podcast guy.
Literally short either.
No, mate. Honestly,
Tom's a noticeable guy.
Yeah.
I did a gig recently, right? And I was in the green room, just having a little chin wag. The promoter comes in, sits next to me and goes, I think we're missing the next artist from the lineup.
I didn't even tell me this one.
Mate, it was literally me. No, he didn't know I was part of Galaxy.
Yeah.
No word of a lie, mate.
He's looking for a big black guy.
Yeah, that's what he said. I was like,
that is mad.
I was like, what? Actually wild, isn't it?
I know.
I was like, what is the point?
That's because you skip on Plymouth on a Thursday night, mate.
Yeah. To be fair, like part of it actually is location though. Obviously, like I'm in London. I'm going to all these nights, whatever.
Of course, yeah.
Like, we went to like how many nights did we go to?
We were involved. I've noticed a little bit of a not specifically because I think the market's changed a bit as well, and obviously everything's a bit up and down. But I think I would. If I was still in London, still going to like loads of raves and being mashed rich at every dance, like chatting to everyone, I think I'd have more shows.
Probably.
Like, inevitably, I would have more shows.
Yeah.
I'm now chilling out back in Hertfordshire, you know.
Dad life.
Dad life, like girlfriend life, like, you know, health life. And it's, you know, it's funny, isn't it? Because when we were in the mix then, it was popping off.
Yeah,
because
it was.
We were like a force, like we'd be everywhere.
Yeah.
I think that's like partly like why Galaxy became what it is.
It's
like,
go on.
Yeah, I'm like literally like just out and about. Like
when we were talking about the sort of strengths earlier, I did actually want to lean on that because I feel like networking wise, there's very few to come through and me be like, right, this guy's better at networking than I am. Let's face it, I'm not bad at it.
It's true.
I've done a good job. Like since I got into music, you know, like I knew it was part and parcel. I didn't do it specifically for that. I did it because I just loved it and love meeting people and I want to meet people in D&B and like everyone has a common ground and we all love this music. So it was just through a love of music that I'm like, I'm a sociable guy. I'm I'm an extrovert. I'm out there. Want to meet people, and it's, to be fair, more of an extrovert when you've had a few beers and stuff.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, when you come along, and then me and you were like mates, I was like, rah! I was like, you know this guy.
You know what it is though, for anyone listening, what the secret is, it's just don't be a beg. Like, that is literally it.
Yeah.
It's literally don't be a beg, man. Like
just be yourself.
Just be yourself. Yeah, literally.
But you got big vibes, big energy.
Yeah.
We're Gemini vibes, isn't it?
Oh, we're doing that.
We can do that if you
Crystals
want.
and that.
Yeah.
Fair.
No, we're not going back down the crystal route.
Yeah. Pet peeve of Tom, to be fair. I don't know, like the thing is, like I said, I wasn't joking earlier, I think our communication's pretty good. And I think that allays a lot of potential frustrations.
Yeah.
I can be pretty sassy.
Tom's mad sassy.
Tom's definitely got a bit of sass.
Yeah. Tom's mad sassy.
Yeah.
But I actually kind of find it kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll just say some stupid joke. Like, how often do we have that same exchange where it's like, you'll say something sassy, I'll make a stupid joke.
Yeah.
And then that's just it.
It's over.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, that is literally our interaction.
Sassy Tom.
Yeah. Tom, pet peeve, like creatively maybe, like it's annoying how many tunes he writes sometimes. Because I'll be away and then it's like I've written like 17 things.
That can't be a pet peeve.
That's annoying.
That's an ego.
It can be a pet peeve. It can be a pet peeve. It's absolutely allowed to be a pet peeve.
That's your ego talking.
I can relate. Yeah, it's an ego thing for sure.
Settle your ego. Realise you're in a position, a privileged position.
But you know what?
Someone's doing your work for.
No. I'm going to back John on this one. I'm going to back John. Listen.
Boy, someone call Harry up now.
I'm backing John, right? Because sometimes it's very easy in John's position to feel like he needs to keep up. But it's not fair to then turn around to Tom and be like, you need to slow down.
Oh, yeah, I've never
Exactly. So it's fair to sometimes find that like frustrating to be in that situation, right?
I can see it being annoying though. But it can be annoying if you're working on a project and like you're both ignoring the end goal.
Yeah, which we do a lot, to be fair. Actually, that's actually what it is.
Yeah,
that's actually what it is.
But ultimately, you don't realise it in the moment, but you have to do that.
Yeah,
you have to step away from the main goal.
That's actually
otherwise
what it is.
You'll end up ruining.
Yeah, we'll agree that we're working on this project, and then he's sending me sketches for new things. I'm like, but then actually, that unlocks a new path.
Yeah.
To complete your projects in a different way potentially. So you basically you nailed that. You nailed that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also,
but in the moment, you don't realise that's happening.
Yeah.
Also,
it's only after
the aim of the
fact.
game is to create and not necessarily to finish. You can always finish at another date, right? Like,
you
have
to finish as well, though.
Yeah, you do have to finish.
Like, if we're being real,
Yeah, but it's also to create, right?
Yeah, but honestly, like, there's nothing. If there was something major between us, then we wouldn't be a duo still. I would say.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
we've had a punch.
But it's more about our like personalities. I would say it's more about our personalities. Like they are so different.
Yeah,
they concertina very well 90% of the time, and then when they don't, it's like that's annoying.
Yeah.
That's it. That's literally it. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Based on that theory, if you and me were a production duo,
we get nothing done. We get nothing done as well.
We network the fuck out of shit.
Yeah, we have bare label deals.
Just nothing to release.
Fact. I'll still be working on the same idea from when I started like 3 years ago. Yeah.
Tell us about how Shogun came about. Post.
I didn't even go to the meeting.
Mate,
you can tell the story.
I think you were FaceTimed in, weren't you?
Yeah, I think that's when I snapped my patella tendon.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd obviously done quite a few releases with Solvent. I think you guys had probably signed. I say you guys, pointing at Jack.
Yeah.
What, 2-3 months before us? I think it was pretty close.
Yeah, we signed in 2018, but then we didn't go public with it until 2019.
We signed in 2017. You was early.
Sorry, no, that's the wrong. I'm getting the wrong numbers. We released the all the wrong
but it's
numbers.
earlier than that. Yeah,
2016.
Is
when we released, I think, the Find Your Way EP.
Right. Yeah. So it was pretty. It was pretty close to when obviously you guys signed there. We'd had a couple of chats with a few labels, spoke to like Hospital Med School, Spearhead, and whatever at that time, and we just went for a meeting with. I went down to see Ed and Keir. Just had a chat really.
So I think initially. We had done a compilation tune with them that
was Lucid, I think.
Yeah, but then I think they were then like coming for a meeting afterwards. Right?
Yeah. And they pretty much put the album deal on the table straight from the off, which is like a little boost of confidence for us at that time because they were doing like 3-4 track EP kind of deals, things like that. But they sort of gave us that offer, and we took it really like and never looked back. Like it's worked out really well. Like.
A good album deal as well, I think it was.
Yeah, and obviously, that was like what I was saying before about that was one of the labels we had written down. I was like, this is a label we'd love to end up on. So, and obviously, we've all spoken about it. The artists they've had on that label, it was the best underground label in the game for I don't know 5 years.
The golden era of Shogun is mad.
Yeah,
but post that for them, I think it must have been a difficult.
Well, we all signed when they all left, so it was a bit of a wasteland.
But at the same time,
wasteland's harsh.
I feel like
wasteland's harsh.
I feel like you were very like a key signing in respect to the label, like maintaining. Like you're the carry on of that golden era for me in that sense of like
that's too generous. That's too generous.
Nah, but obviously, but like you know what I mean. You know what I mean? That kind of like underground,
for
like
them, it was like we need some
real, just pure integrity, soulful, that kind of sound.
Yeah.
I feel like you really filled the void there in that respect, which is
credit
beautiful.
to Keir and Ed. Really, like that can't be an easy thing to do. Rebuild a roster.
they've killed
and
it.
Christ, the roster that they were rebuilding wasn't just any old roster.
Exactly.
It was like the best of the best in that pocket.
I think that's probably part of the reason we came along at the right time to get an album deal, obviously, because they were like, we need to tie some people down so we can build again and build it around.
The way they adapted and now have built with you guys and you know,
everyone else
and everyone else. It's crazy, actually,
because
it could have been catastrophically bad.
We've seen other big labels go that way.
Yeah,
you know, a couple real big labels that have gone that way. Yeah,
little bit of reinvention, little adaptation, little bit of consistency.
Yeah.
If you look at the Shogun events as well that we first played when we first signed with the label, we were like, what? There were Shogun artists on those nights, but they was often filled with other headliners from other labels, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Now they obviously do like the Troxy show.
Yeah.
That was all Shogun artists.
They
signed 5 years ago. Like, it's pretty crazy progression they've gone on.
Yeah.
And it's been fun. And we're all mates as well, so that's obviously...
That's it. And then there's been so many nice sort of new friends to make along the way as well. Like every kind of new artist that's been brought in and has joined the sort of the family. It is literally that, and it's like an extension of the family. So, yeah.
Big ups.
Aren't we all lucky?
Pete, Keir, Ed.
Yeah.
Who else?
Charlie.
People that are along the way there.
Yeah, people aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, smashed it.
It's crazy, isn't it? Lastly, we'll move on to some of the Amen Brother fan questions from Instagram in a second, because we put a little feeler out. But before we do that, we got a 10 years of Galaxy celebration coming up at quite a prestigious London nightclub.
Yeah.
Tell us what's going down.
Go on, mate.
I feel like I've done a lot of talking today. Go on, bro.
So yeah, we had the honour and the pleasure. Now we've got Room 2 fabric.
You start dressing it all up and then suddenly just throw it out there. It's nothing.
Room 2 fabric in a couple of weeks. I've forgotten the date, which is useful.
25th
of Feb.
Are you going to be
Feb?
April, bro.
Are you actually going to be there?
John's doing it, mate.
Got more important things to do, mate.
Got golf.
Writing sketches at home.
So it's a pretty crazy kind of full circle thing, and they essentially gave us a budget to be able to pull together a lineup of mates and that we've worked with over the years, and really wanted to kind of celebrate it.
Couldn't afford Poland Bryson.
Yeah, I was going to say, we didn't get asked.
Yeah, that'd be the whole budget. So, we can't do that. Sorry, man.
So yeah,
mad, isn't it?
There was a conversation, should we just do a 6-hour set ourselves and just take the whole thing?
Take the whole money.
That'd have been so sick.
But I love
that.
The lineup we managed to pull together with the restrictions of, the London club scene. People can't play because
it's not easy, is it? 3
months.
I think
the lineup we pulled together is pretty good.
Bang.
Who have you got, guys? Go on, list them off.
Alphabetical order, shall we do it? So,
do it, mate.
A good friend of ours, Charlo, amazing DJ. She's going to be on warm-up duties. We've got... I can't do an alphabetical order.
No.
So, obviously, us. Obviously, we've got Jack Workforce.
Dusky would have been next.
Dusky would have been next.
Yeah.
Then it would have been us. Jack Workforce, Josh Unglued, Alex Particle, Rich Visionobi.
Damn.
And Dusky.
Yeah.
Damn. That is stacked. Holy hell.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm impressed you managed to pull that off in London.
Yeah,
well done.
And it's like room 2 as well. So
and do you know what? To do any room in fabric is a pleasure, but
it's the best
room 2.
Room 2. Like we've been there a few times over the years. Well, we've done it 2-3 times. Room 2.
Yeah, I've played room 2. I think I played one without you, but I think we played in every room in fabric.
But like the last gig we did there was back to back with Dogger.
Oh yeah,
for the Cool FM
one.
Yeah, that was mad.
The system in there and the way that booth is designed is just it's spot on.
It's proper.
It's spot on.
And like the lighting, it's proper, man.
One of the greatest renovations, geographically for like
geometrically,
how you move, how you like when you move shit around is I used to love playing in room 2 when it was on the stage,
Yeah.
When it was on the stage, banging.
Yeah.
I prefer the little side booth.
The little
You
side
turn
booth.
up and it'd be the side booth. And
I
honestly,
preferred that.
Oh, as an MC, you'd be like,
As an MC, I can see that. Yeah.
I'd be like, no.
But it's like room 1 as well. You want the stage, you want the booth, but I guess you want the stage.
I want the stage.
But as a DJ, we want to be in that little bunker.
Of course.
Yeah.
In the
And to get into the bunker.
They're just fighting feedback.
know.
It's like,
There's
fucking
no
hide
energy
it,
like the
hide it.
bunker in room 1
bunker is
fabric.
gas.
The bunker
To
is sick.
get in the bunker as well, you've got to like fight your way through the crowd.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
there's no little back door.
bunkers-
You got to go in.
The bunker's like a scene out of 28 Days Later, bro.
Yeah.
It's like
Literally.
just
I feel
arms
like
of zombies.
I feel like
like,
I'm in a
clambering.
tank room.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a
Wild,
tank room in the
like-
bunker, yeah.
And you got these 2 massive functional monitors, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's just,
Yeah.
it's perfect.
Everywhere you go,
Mate,
feedback in.
But yeah, what a mad thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had like
It's
a good,
crazy. Yeah.
We've done like had a good history of Fabric. We did the rooftop kind of stream their thing for what was it, an
We
EP
did,
launch or something.
Yeah, it's EP launch. We did a video of them during lockdown.
Yeah.
Built a tune in 2 hours in room 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, played room 1 a couple times. Played room 2.
Did you play my thing in room 3?
Yeah, played. That was the thing I played in room 3. I played a spear thing in room 3 as well once. At like 6 a.m.
In room
Yeah,
3.
nice,
Come
nice.
on.
So yeah, we've like Fabric's been a key part of our careers,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
So it's really good and really nice that we were able to kind of celebrate this with them. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to the Fabric team, man.
Yeah.
Come down.
Yeah, come down.
Come join
Yeah.
us for some vibes.
It's gonna be.
What's the date again,
You know
guys?
how it goes down.
25th of April. 25th of April. Fabric. Be
guy.
there.
I'm just checking my diary now. I'm making sure.
Yeah.
Making sure.
I've had a lot of people hit me up about it, to be fair.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah. Hashtag no guest list.
No guest list. Buy a ticket. No guest list.
I think one of the
Okay.
craziest stories we've had for Fabric was, do you remember the minute silence we had to do?
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
We had a 2-hour set. What I can't remember what the night was.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We did 11 till 1, and
Wasn't it the room? That's the first time we played in room 1 in
yeah,
the bunker.
no, it wasn't. It was second or third. It was when you
okay.
had your knee surgery.
That was the first time.
Was it?
Yeah, the meth just
it
came
must have been
crooked.
second time then. It
Meth
wasn't
just came
then.
crooked.
Okay, fair.
Right, that was the first time we played room 1.
We did 2 hours, and I can't remember what happened. I think it was when there was the
Some sort of terrorist attack. or something?
terror attack in London, and there was
Not
this,
7/7. That was
The London
it was
Bridge.
the
one.
London
yeah.
Bridge.
the London
Yeah.
Bridge one.
Yeah.
Oh, was it like a year after that had happened? Or
No,
something?
it was like a couple of weeks after.
Bro,
it was
the
closed.
minute silence mid-set.
But yeah, there was this thing that was not advertised that nightclubs across London would go do a minute silence at midnight to remember the victims or whatever. And the sound guys came up to us and goes, "Oh, by the way, here's a mic. Like, there's a minute silence at midnight." So literally had to like cut the music. John had
You
to
had to nail the mic until room 1 at Fabric.
No, we didn't have an
No
MC. Yeah.
MC.
Good job,
Oh my days.
I had to announce a minute silence. Yeah.
Room 1 Fabric.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Midnight.
I actually completely forgot about
The
that.
peak of your MC career was announcing a minute
Nah, that
silence.
was the peak.
at-
We know what the peak was. It's Phonox, man. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
But
I was going to say it was like
After party
probably like
edits.
8 a.m. in our Tottenham flat.
Or that,
Rap
yeah.
battling each other. But
maybe it wasn't the best thing in hindsight, but we played like The View or something after the minute
Yeah, we were
silence, so we just
played
killed
something
the vibe in the whole
emotional,
club.
oh, man.
I actually forgot about that.
Silence is
That's
tough in
surreal,
a
mate. It
club.
was surreal.
Yeah.
Silence
And
is
you could just
tough.
hear the lights whirring and like whatever.
Yeah, we've had some mad times in Fabric, man. Like, yeah, what a special place, and the fact that it's still the kind of like I don't know, like the HQ of like UK underground music. I feel like it's still got that kind of prestige. So
I feel like some of the
Globally as
lineups,
well.
it's like getting back to like
some of the stuff I've seen recently, there, it's mad,
crazy.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
It's
One of
really
the
nice to
classiest
see.
lineups they've got in London are at Fabric.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
always kind of been the case, and I think they still have that title.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, for me, in my early raving days, it was my favourite club. I used to go there every weekend. That was
Yeah.
it. I didn't, end occasionally, but mostly, literally, I was just fabric. Didn't
It's
care.
easy to get to as well. isn't
Get
it?
down to
Yeah.
room 2, and I'm happy. I
Also, the
love
first
room 2.
like 3 times you go, you always get lost. Like, it's the most
Yeah, yeah,
confusing
yeah.
club.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Mate,
first like 3 or
it
4
takes a
times.
decade to learn your way around
Yeah,
Fabric.
yeah.
It's still
Nah,
confusing
I'm not
now.
gonna lie, I learned my way around that club fast.
You know what's
But I
more
was there
confusing?
every weekend.
You know what's more confusing? Being there during the day. Remember we did that thing? We did the video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And how much smaller it is as well when you're there. It's weird.
You ever been up to
Every
the rafters
club,
behind
though,
like room 2, behind the stage?
I don't think so.
No.
Every club's like that, though. You go into an empty
mad
club
little spots.
before it opens, and it feels so small when it's not full of people.
Yeah.
It is an odd thing, isn't it?
There's like a myth that it's haunted up in them rafters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I knew people like when I was like a guy that I knew at AEI used to work there, and he was like, yeah, there's some crazy shit that goes on up there.
Mad.
Sounded real
Probably
spooky.
a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
I'd imagine so.
After parties, I think.
Yeah, horror stories mainly involving drugs as opposed to ghosts.
What an iconic building.
Yeah.
And you're hosting room 2 for 10 years of Galaxy.
Yeah,
Don't
so
get
yeah.
much
Pretty
better than
special.
that, does it?
25th of April.
Boom. Looking forward to it. Thanks for having me down. Big up Workforce for his name starting with a W and keeping me off the bottom of A to Z.
It was so funny as well because Charlie stopped that line and she was like, I told her we're doing A to Z. She was like, please don't.
Really, was she? That's so nice of her to say that.
Yeah,
What a beautiful thing for her. Like,
innit?
Because you didn't do the Galaxy
and then A to Z.
Nah,
I was just like, do you know what I mean? It was just
Rate it.
Those fake A to Zs, mate.
People could read a whole lineup, do you know what I mean?
You know when they do like tiered A to Zs and it's just like A to Z version 1, like first tier, but special guest underneath, and then like second tier A to Z. And then, but featuring secret.
We should have done that as like a little piss take.
Yeah. It's so funny,
Honestly,
man.
you bring up a really good point
It's
here.
so funny.
It is mad when that happens. It's like you're defeating the whole purpose. Just put a lineup out and book and like bill it how you want to bill it.
Yeah.
Like there's no
one or
point
two
in
promoters that like they use a uniform text for every single artist on this. It's like everyone's the same size.
Yeah, like MCs and DJs ring together.
And I rate that. Like that's the way it should be.
The best ones where the lineup is like uniform text, nice normal size, and then the label or event logo is like the entire poster.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah. Those ones kill me, man. Shout out Shogun.
Jokes. The good old politics of D&B flyers.
Yeah, we love it.
Love is definitely the wrong word there.
Yeah, no, it is.
So let's rattle through some
Instagram questions.
Some Insta questions.
I'm just going to answer each, just bam, bam.
Should I just read them out, or should I just read them first
Quick
to
fire.
check they're legit? Or I'll just read them out, and if we don't answer, we'll go nah.
I don't think
I'm a bit scarred for life after I had to read some of the Workforce
I don't think
ones.
anything's that bad.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay, but that was traumatic. Right, Prismatic Music says, what was the first track you made where you were like, yeah, we could really go somewhere?
It's on our SoundCloud, I think, at the very, very, very bottom. The first tune we released as a free download. That was like, I don't know, it felt like a...
What tune was that? The one with the
It's cool.
Erykah Badu.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, it's an entire Erykah Badu
tune, basically.
Yeah.
We all did that. Every producer's done that.
Tom had mad belief from early. He was on it.
Well, that was the first tune we like pretty much finished that was like okay to release.
Yeah.
And to get to that point as a duo can be...
Yeah. I was actually going to say that. I think early on, every tune you release, you're like, this could be something. Like, that is actually how it goes. Because, like, the excitement and the kind of, like, you haven't got that experience of, like, making bad or average tunes because every tune's amazing because you've just made it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, like, where's the ceiling as well? When you're starting out, like...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, 10 years ago, like, in the last 10 years, the ceiling for what's achievable in a drum and bass producer's career has, like, skyrocketed as well.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Like, what you believe is achievable for you is one thing, and then what everybody else has been able to prove is achievable is another. So it's like...
Yeah, facts.
you can never aim for any of it, can you?
Yeah. I would say, like, the first thing where it felt legit was the Submotion Orchestra remix, though, I would say. Because that was, like, big name. We've got an official remix. It's on UKF. It's on Ninja.
Yeah.
That's, like, do you know what I mean?
It's crazy, yeah.
Madness. That was I remember being so gassed for you guys when you got it.
Atonal Structures asks, what's the track you felt that really, like, pushed you as artists? I think that's meant from, like, a... like really like maybe like tested you and like pushed you to being like even better or like level up basically.
There's some stuff on this new project that I think is I'm thinking about the opening tune that goes into the second tune, like how intricate that is, for example. That's pushed us from a creative standpoint. I would say Rota is in there.
Yeah. I think everything pushes you a little bit.
Yeah. Nah, we've got tunes that we know we're just like...
Yeah, true.
We've definitely got tunes where it's like, we know we can do this in our sleep.
We've got better.
You've got those as well, right? Yeah.
We've got better at being more like the Sallow tune has just come out. Like we've got better at being more direct.
Yeah,
that tune's super simple.
Yeah,
and that's actually a really hard point to get to.
Yeah,
like if you listen to our old releases, we were known for just like dashing pads on
bare
everything.
layers. Yeah, so
and
true.
But having been able to like filter it out and cut it out, that's probably the hardest bit as a producer to kind of like back yourself with.
I'd agree with that.
It's a confidence thing.
Allow
the space.
That's like
everyone always says, isn't it?
Yeah. That's like a workforce 101 thing, isn't it? Just like simple. The Sallow tune's probably the best example we've done of that, actually.
Yeah.
So
loads of the best producers in the game, they're all about that. Yeah. Making fewer elements just sound better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely looked at that from a lyric standpoint recently and stopped trying to fucking write so much intricate waffle.
Yeah.
It's been good. It's certainly easier.
It's more.
It does. It saves a lot of time.
It's more impactful though, as well, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
it's more impactful.
Yeah, what I realised is that more intricate shit. That's hip hop.
Yeah,
and that's actually what I need to be doing.
So
more
like that
of.
thing we were just talking about off cam, that guy.
Yeah,
that's why it's sick. 'Cause it's so intricate.
Yeah,
like his wordplay and instructions, and
which
stuff,
is
like,
really what I'm about.
On a tune though, I don't really want to hear that.
Nah,
in a weird way.
And that's the thing, innit?
Yeah.
Which is why I think for when it's like a production thing now, I'm like simplify the thing, and then it's like actually really lyrically. Even in D&B, it's like so much of it's just lost on people. To be honest, in the dance, like it's sad. That's why I like doing mixes. Yeah, mixes is where it's at. Anyway, enough about me. I think weirdly, this is more of a question for me. Duck Fuzz says, "Do you ever feel like you're too late, being where you?"
I saw this question. Actually,
it's dark. Being where you are at the age you are. You old bastards, basically.
It's interesting that, isn't it? Because like we were always, all of us were like the young up and comers until we weren't. Do you know what I mean?
There's bare old producers. There's bare old producers and MCs about right.
The thing I was just about to say, the thing is, all of our favourite producers are like at least 10 years older than us, or like 10 years older than us.
I mean, you say that.
Not Lawrence. Obviously, he's like 2 years older than me.
Workforce the other day. He's like 2 years younger than me. It's like that
true.
Blows my mind.
That's true.
Because that is crazy.
But also, like, it's all relative though. Because when you're in your 20s, if I'm 21 and Jack's like 29, let's say, that feels like a much bigger gap than when you're both in your 30s.
Facts.
Does that make sense? Obviously, that mathematically doesn't quite work. But you get what I'm saying.
No,
like,
it kind of does, though, isn't it?
Because he's 38, didn't he?
Yeah, so he's 5 years older than me.
It's the percentage of your life, isn't it?
Like,
when you're in
I
your
was
20s,
in
a 9-year gap is like 30% of your life, whereas in your 30s, it's like, it's less, isn't it?
It's 10%.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, sorry, my maths was not mathing there.
We all
got it.
We all understand the concept, though. I think, like we've said, this whole pod for me, it's like I don't feel like I've not achieved enough by the age that I'm at now. Really,
it's limitless, isn't it? You don't put a cap on it, otherwise I'd have given up by now.
I mean, there's a cap on DJ.
Do you think the question?
Not making music though.
Do you think the question may have been a little bit more like? Do you feel like things may have been different, or potentially better, or quicker, or busier if it had all happened 10 years prior?
No.
The perspective I would have taken it from as well, like that I thought maybe was meant, was more like the music you're making now, or the music that you make would have possibly been more successful 10 years ago than it actually is now, because obviously if you look at D&B, the evolution of it, it's gone very poppy. That was the way that I thought it was worded.
If it's worded that way, then definitely no, because like I'd rather be making the stuff we are now that's like going to have an impact on the scene. I'm not saying we have an impact on the scene. I'm not being that big-headed, but like, you know what I mean? Like
we're making off on you, isn't he?
Yeah, I know. we're making something that's
it's
like
less diluted, isn't it?
Yeah,
because,
obviously, you know, we're happy to be where we're at. It's just I just thought maybe it was an interesting concept to be like, oh yeah.
The other way you said it though, like it would be impossible for us to be making these sorts of tunes earlier on in our career.
Of course,
as well.
Yeah, because you needed them to come beforehand
to learn how to make the tune. Yeah. But yeah, not really. Doesn't really bother me.
Same.
The next one, the $1, $2 one. I'm just gonna breeze past that and just ask them to reevaluate their life choices.
You know who you are.
Focus asks, what did the writing recording process look like for Butterfly Effect?
It's an interesting one. So the tune initially started out with me going down to Bristol to Hughes for the weekend to write
and a music video,
tunes and then film a music video. Sick music video, to be fair. I just went to Hughes for the weekend in Bristol. We're like, let's hang out, we'll do some stuff, write some tunes or whatever. And like I said, end up filming a music video that he did with the mannequin challenge. That's a proper throwback. And then obviously we wrote a tune. I think I had a sample that I wanted to sample, a tune I wanted to sample. And we kind of did it and we wrote a tune around it. And then I put a clip up on Instagram. And then another MC, Steezo, recorded.
Yeah.
And then we kind of changed the tune a little bit. And then he was kind of like, it's not really got the same vibe. Like, it happens. Like, you know, sometimes the initial vibe and then it changes. Like, kind of like you were saying when a producer changes something that you've worked on, you preferred an early version. I think basically that happened. It changed. We were like, cool, we'll work on something else. We'll park this one for now. Then I think I might have sent it to you because this was a Solvent release. And I think you guys were like, it needs an MC.
Extra time.
Yeah, it needs an MC on
super
it.
sub.
And the thing is as well, I can't remember how much the tune had changed by that point. I think it changed quite a lot though. I think after me and Hugh worked on it, then I think you had worked on it, and then the tune had changed, and then it was like, it wasn't like massive change, but it like changed enough that it just needed a new direction. And then I think you had like some bars just laying around, didn't you?
Nah, I just recorded you like 4 things that I thought went really well. I had bars that I'd written.
Yeah.
But
you sent us like a multiple options.
I sent you multiple things.
But then we sliced together
you
two
put
different...
2 together, 2 bars. That's 2 bars that you made 1.
Yeah, and it really works. Like, it works so well, yeah.
It's the start of 64-bar Visionobi, that was.
So was it 64 and 64? Or was it 32 and 32?
32 and 32, which is unusual. Man was slacking back.
And the thing is, there's no hook. There's no hook. It's just like...
I mean, it's
intro.
me. I didn't know what hook was at that point.
But that's why I think it's mad that tune's done as well as it has.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the tune's called Butterfly Effect because one of your bars ends with that phrase, and it's like a real nice thing. But like,
not to count streams, but how many streams is that on now?
It's over 1 million.
It's over 1 million, isn't it?
Yeah,
1.8, I think.
Yeah.
Not to count streams or anything.
Yeah.
Not that it's my most successful tune that I look at every day like last week. Still going, come on, get to 2 so I can post about it.
But yeah, it's like that's just one of them ones where it just took a life of its own on really. And like I said, it got to mad places. Like, yeah.
You did the intro bit. You cut that line as well.
Yeah, it felt. I think out of all of the things you said, that felt like the hook.
I think that was my favourite bar in the whole thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I wrote that bar after I watched the film.
You know what's interesting as well? The way you rapped in that tune is kind of like how you kind of deviate a little bit from that style a little bit, I would say, after that.
Yeah.
Because that's like, I would say that tune is the flow's quite straightforward.
Yeah.
And what you're saying, it is still like metaphorical and stuff, but like it's concentrated.
Simplified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
It does definitely work. Like I said a minute ago, it's like it's so interesting, like looking back at that and just generally seeing the process. But I've just had this. I've got that hip hop energy.
Yeah.
That's like I need to be better than like that. That's the kind of like it's like I'm going to get more intricate and make it so confusing.
Yeah.
That you can't understand it. And the problem is no one understands it. And it's like it's always going over people's heads. It's like if you listen to that like King Lost freestyle, for example, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then it's like I go away and I've got that 11-minute thing still that's like leng, but it's like. I don't know. Realistically, in D&B, what I've realised is you just need to simplify the thing.
Yeah.
Because actually, it pains me to say it because I've been trying to hammer it home, but it's just like, and it works to a certain extent. I've got diehard fans that are like you're the best in the game, which is really nice to hear.
Yeah,
everyone's got people that say that about them. If you get as far as we have in D&B, which is beautiful, and that means more.
The fact
than
that
anything.
we're people's #1 artist anywhere.
Do you know what I mean?
It's mad. Yeah.
Literally, like it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is crazy, but it shows that. In a way, you did everything you were supposed to do, sort of, like in one context. But at the moment, I'm just having fun simplifying the thing, and it's interesting that is.
I mean, all the bits that you've sent us, all the more recent bits with the more clubby ones, they're all in that vein.
I'm on a real Aggie vibe.
They just work. It just works, man.
Yeah. Thank you. It's nice to hear.
This is the Visionobi podcast interview.
Yeah, sorry.
Live and time. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, it was interesting that Phil asked that. To be fair,
big up. But
I guess
as well.
I just had bits lying around, and that was it. Like it all kind of came together. Like
it was almost like not. I want to say Frankenstein because that makes it sound like it was forced. But you know what I mean? The tune changed multiple times.
Yeah.
But so that's a good example of like where a tune didn't come together in 2 hours.
Yeah.
That was like multiple sessions, 2 different MCs. Like that was actually one that we had to like really work on. So
kind of covered this one already. Warno D&B said, like, what's the most memorable moment for you breaking into the scene? And then says, congrats on 10.
Big up. What's yours?
don't know.
Let me reframe the question.
Yeah,
do that.
He's taken over.
You're the host,
He's
mate.
taken over.
Oh no, wait.
He's taken over.
When do you feel like we were part of this? I hate the word the scene, but you know what I mean. When did you feel like
mic drop?
Yeah, when did you feel like we were like part of this thing? I think quite an interesting question for you as well, Jack.
I think when you...
I know my answer, but sorry, go on, please.
I don't have a specific like date and time really, because when we kind of majorly ascended.
Fucking hell. The DMV overlord. I don't even like drum and bass. I like garage, but we majorly ascended.
It's a hard one to talk about without sounding like a twat.
No, what I'm trying to say is when we
nice
put our
wordplay.
album out and cemented ourselves in the scene,
Yeah.
well, you know what I mean? Like, we were not doing shows, so we had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
Before
That's
that,
interesting, yeah.
before that, we played, like, when you started getting your first gigs and stuff in Europe, like, I remember doing, like, the Let It Roll Winter one and that massive warehouse and things like that.
Yeah.
You start to think, like, what is going on?
How
has this happened?
Yeah,
like, people want to book me for, like, for like our music, like how?
Yeah.
And we got booked in Fabric for the Cameron Crooked album launch.
Yeah.
Like it was like us, like Cameron Crooked, Dimension.
Messages.
Like, what's going on there? When
mad.
you've been like producing for 2-3 years, like how has that happened?
Yeah.
Did happen fast.
Yeah, it did happen
It
fast.
didn't. Like, yeah, there was a period where it went fast, that's what I'd say.
Yeah.
But, like, I wouldn't say, like...
The Overlord ascension didn't happen
the overall
fast.
ascension hasn't been like an ascension. It's been a gradual incline, you know what I mean? Yeah. But, like, definitely your career will do that, though. Over a 10-year period, your career will have bits where it stagnates, bits where it goes fast.
For sure,
bits where it goes down. So, like, that's just kind of the...
More recently, the Submersion Festival in Philadelphia, that was pretty weird. Like, in a good way.
Can I just, knowing you boys for well over a decade now, working alongside you, touring with you, writing music with you and stuff, it was like, and the same with the fact that you guys are going to Fabric and I'm not going to be in the country. I'm not going to be in London. I'm going to be in the Netherlands. So I have to sadly miss that. And we then go to Submersion Festival in America and you guys are doing your US debut together.
Yeah.
And I'm just fucking there.
Yeah,
and I just got to watch it. And it was just like, it was a really emotional one for me, honestly.
Yeah,
I was
we were
like,
talking about it
I was
before,
saying to people about it during the set. There was some guy trying to chew my ear off, and I had to just like politely be like,
now,
after about 5 minutes, I was like, all right, mate, but please fuck off, because I've known these guys for a decade plus, and I want to enjoy this moment with them. Like,
it's pretty weird.
And
it was really weird.
Special.
Yeah.
Really special.
That was special, man. Yeah.
So many like ones like that in here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Hospitality on the Beach as well, the Shogun stage, the main stage, after Ed Friction. That was like I felt like a
2018.
First year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Right, we're into the Hallam Wood section of the podcast. Come on, hold tight, Hallam. Favourite and least favourite in the back catalogue. So we kind of covered favourite. So maybe we could just do, what's your least favourite
Well, we know
tune?
what the least favourite is.
I don't want to rub it out because it's got bare streams in it. So it pays us, so you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's one of those weird ones where you, as an artist, you release music over a long period of time and you do fall out of love with it. Like, there's no question about that.
Yeah.
When I say fall out of love with it, I mean you hate it. Like, it does get to that stage where you're like, but at the same time, why would you take it off your, like, removed from your catalogue?
Yeah,
it's one of those weird, like.
It's. I mean, I think there's two reasons to it. One, it earns you fucking money.
Yep.
Two, it's like a stamp in that point in your career. And three is like, without getting too deep, like, once you release that song, I almost feel like once you release music, it's no longer yours. It becomes everybody else's, and it's like it doesn't matter if you hate the song.
That's actually facts.
It's like actually there could be millions of people that do love it, and actually if you hate it, who cares? It's great that there's others that enjoy it.
Did I show you the DM that I got when I played New Zealand like 2 months ago, or whatever? Played at Hyde, and some guy
fucking love that club.
Asked you why you didn't play it.
Yeah, he was like, "Please play it." Oh, maybe we'll put a screenshot of the thing on the screen, but it's so jokes. He was like, "Please play Mindless. If you play it, maybe my girlfriend will let me get lucky tonight," or something to that effect. Like mid-say DM, like people love that tune, man.
Yeah. And did you wingman that guy, or did you?
I don't have that tune on my USB. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'll be honest about that.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I know.
You don't either, do you?
Nah.
Like, I'll be honest, everything you've all said is facts. Like, that tune is our fans' tune.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not a tune that we'll play. But ultimately, it's part of our history, and like we can't escape it, and I wouldn't want to escape it.
Why are we drawing for it?
What's the tune called? We're all like flirting around it.
Yeah,
just call it the tune.
The tune's called Mindless. It's our most streamed tune, but I think every artist has this thing with their own art, right? Where it's like some things you do in the moment, and then like it's. I think I said something to you the other day, didn't I? Like about our next project is like, all I care about is am I going to like it in 5 years' time? Yeah, that's literally what I said. Like, I don't care how well it does.
Yeah,
I've definitely got bits that I don't like.
We all do. We all do.
Yeah.
So
you'll release tunes that you don't really like. Well, when we released that tune, we liked it.
Yeah, you like it at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, but like we have tunes that maybe be released and we don't like it and release it, but they pop off somehow.
Yeah.
Like that remix for Artificial Intelligence.
Yeah.
And Lensman or whatever.
Yeah. You keep fucking. I don't mind it, but yeah. I feel like we could have done a better job, but you always feel like that, man. Yeah. Someone came up to me in Bristol the other day and said something about a tune. I completely forgot. You forget you've released tunes at this point. And he was like, he said something mad like, that's the first tune I had a real emotional reaction to. And that's a tune that I forgot we wrote. And it's like, you have these moments where like your catalogue goes on for quite a way and like someone somewhere is connecting with that tune.
That guy's got bad taste.
But also like how... surely that's just like another reinforcer for just like how lucky are we? Like, it's all well and good someone coming up to you and being like, I like the Beta's tune on your Spotify page. Yeah. But when someone turns around and reminds you of a tune that you fucking forgot you wrote. Christ.
Yeah, facts.
His next one was Best and Worst Set, but we sort of covered Best Set again. So Hallam's just turning into a bit of a negative vibe.
Yeah, classic Hal. Nah, worst set is not because of us. It's because of the like. If you play on a terrible sound system, like I can think of a couple. Not going to rub anyone out.
That's what I mean. It's like
Hal knows he was at one of them. Like, he knows.
Like you can't really like. It's like a bit dark to like.
But it's like it's just when the equipment fails you or whatever. Like that's when it's like the worst.
That's
set,
actually a good point, man. When the technicals.
When it's technical and it's kind of out of your control, but also it's out of your control. So it's like, but that's what kills the vibe for me. I don't know. Agree?
Yeah, completely agree.
Yeah.
This one's good actually. Biggest goal release moment to achieve in the next 10 years of Galaxy.
This is Hallam as well.
The next 10 years.
The next 10 years of Galaxy. Future Galaxy. What are we talking?
Well, yeah, go on. You go this one, yeah.
Release a 4-track non-drum bass EP on Ninja Tune.
Yeah. I don't know. Weirdly,
you know what I mean?
Weirdly, I was thinking Ninja Tune as well. Like, I actually was. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Well, not weirdly, I guess we talk a lot. Yeah, but I would say, like something, it would be cool to do something like that, or like just a project that's like different to what we normally do. So whether it's like working with like, we've always said we'd love to do like an EP where we work with just like actual instrumentalists.
Yeah.
Like John Armand Jones, for example, or someone like that, do you know what I mean? Like, how sick would that be? Or like a sick drummer or whatever.
Surely you need to be on some fucking hip-hop thing, mate.
Yeah, right? I would love to that for sure.
Tyler, produce a tune for Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, that'd be nuts. And then I guess from a DJ point of view, we've kind of almost played everything I want to play at this point, to be honest. Like, I want to play in Brazil.
All right, mate, don't rub it in.
I want to play in Brazil and Japan. Those are 2 places.
Tom gonna make it.
Yeah. Mate, let me do them once.
Suck up to Marky, he'll get you out
Bro,
to
me
Sao
and Marky
Paulo.
talk all the time,
there you go.
Man. Come on.
And just book a holiday to Japan.
That's
do what I did.
Yeah,
book a fucking holiday and then go play a show.
Facts. But
Manifestation.
As we said before, though, we don't really make plans, man. Like, do you know what I mean?
Can we change that and make a little Brazil plan with Marky and let's all go out there together? That'd be nice.
That'd be so nice. I guess interesting now that we're kind of closer to being able to do more stuff because we've been in the game for 10 years. I guess more things seem more within reach, if that makes sense. Yeah. So like we can say more specific things like do a release with Ninja, for example, because obviously 10 years ago, impossible. Well, actually, we've kind of technically done one, the Subversion Orchestra release. Yeah. Technically, but
yeah. If you ask me about goals like long term, it's in my mind it's all like music related, not DJ related. I'm not falling out of love with DJing, but I get less excitement and enjoyment out of it now I'm getting older. Like I think that's perfectly natural, right? Normal. Like it's perfectly natural.
Someone asked me this the other day and I was like, it's like, do you still get excited about gigs? And it's like what it is the time that you get excited pre-gig gets shorter. So like 2 days before a gig 10 years ago, I'd be buzzing. But now, 10 minutes away from the club, I'm just like, I can't be asked.
Depends.
And then you get in the club, and then you're like, then you get on stage, and it's like, then you're buzzing.
2 minutes before, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But do you know what I mean, though?
Suddenly
Like,
you get that
that's
spike.
actually what happens.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
I still definitely get excited, but
Yeah, like I'm excited about the fabric thing, obviously. But
Yeah,
like,
it's that
but
certain
generally
ones, that's what I
speaking,
mean.
like I don't get excited until I'm like about to be in the venue,
Yeah.
or see the crowd or whatever. Do you know what
it
I mean?
becomes second nature.
Because you've done it for so long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, but I agree with Tom. Like
Yeah.
for us, like me and him, yeah, the musical goals will be the.
I think that's like with our next project as well. It's very much music driven.
Yeah.
Probably, that
100%.
doesn't make much sense, but it, we're
But it
making
also
music,
makes perfect sense.
Yeah. It's much more about like us releasing a project that we're actually fully happy with on a musical level.
Yeah.
So it's way more intricate in that aspect as to other stuff we've done.
I'd almost say there's like no compromises in there as well.
Yeah.
It's the least compromised project we've done.
Yeah.
Boom.
Exciting.
So I want to hear.
Yeah.
We need to be a bit more quick fire, I reckon, now, just because it's 9:10, then I've
All
got
right.
to leave at 1:45, and we've got
All
to
right.
record a solo episode, yeah? So, Subliminal says, where do you find inspiration for your chord progressions?
Listen to music,
Yeah.
neo soul,
Yeah.
all that stuff, jazz,
Samples.
samples as well. Yeah.
Kento Dean said, tracks which took the longest, shortest to come together. You said something about...
Butterfly Effect might be up there for the longest. Just because the amount of process we went through.
Well, yeah, I was...
We've got
extra
one tune
time
on the go at
guy.
the moment that is long.
Which tune's that?
It's Entangled.
Oh, yeah.
That's long.
Shortest, you said Salo tune, sorry.
Nah, the actual shortest is probably C Things for me.
Yeah.
Really? That's
Yeah,
because
because-
Dell's work rate
Because
is
Dell
mad.
is just like ping, ping,
Done.
ping. Like,
And a
yeah.
super simple tune.
Yeah, and a super simple tune, yeah.
Heinz or Branston beans.
Oh, Branston every day of the week. Man.
Yeah,
What?
I'm with you on that
Once
one.
you understand Branston's flavour
100
profile, it's
is-
like,
it's
it
not- it's not-
dunks on
it's-
Heinz.
yeah.
Yeah, it actually does.
Yeah, of course.
There's more tang. There's more like tang
Tang,
to it.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll give you that. But I think the beans are firm.
Spaghetti
It's the
hoops,
shittest
mate.
conversation
Yeah.
ever.
That was
Spaghetti
Kento Dean
hoops,
again.
spaghetti hoops.
Spaghetti hoops, yeah, fucking hell. We're 12 years old.
Yeah, beans overrated.
Yeah, to be
Do you,
fair.
would you ever bother with the baked beans that have got the sausages in them?
No, I mean, when I was a
When I was 7,
Good,
yeah.
good. I was going to say, I
that
was like, yeah,
shit
there's
is
levels.
Butters, man.
Yeah, when I was like 7.
Few
Like, you're all
things
grown
that are filthy
adults.
than that.
We're all grown up.
Take a
grown
zombie
adults.
apocalypse to eat that shit now. Facts. Son DMB says, what are you doing to celebrate 10 years of Galaxy?
25th of April, be
Family,
there.
25th of April.
Yeah.
Ford says, what do you what do you wish the other half of Galaxy wouldn't do in the studio?
In the studio.
We don't ever go to the studio.
Yeah.
Be there.
Yeah, right? Yeah, literally. I know what mine would be for you, as in like what you probably wish I would stop doing. Which I have stopped doing it now.
I've got vaping.
Using chorus and everything.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Oh, vaping.
Yeah.
Well, there's the real answer then.
That's using
Yeah,
chorus.
chorus and everything. Yeah, fair.
I've actually stopped doing it as
That's
well.
a real gripe.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have a chorus shortcut on your keyboard?
Nah, it's just like I would just slap chorus on everything. Yeah, just took it off. No chorus is the new chorus.
Sunday Idol says, what helps you finish tracks and when do you consider them release ready? Congratulations.
I think we sometimes get sick of the tune and then it's
Yeah.
done. Like genuinely, like
Yeah, no,
we
fair.
need deadlines as well. Like
Yeah.
we
Deadlines
if we
are definitely
if we're
good,
like
isn't they?
sitting in
We
like
got peak deadline.
cloud, peak deadline. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just need like someone to say, right, you got to submit this pre-master on this
Yeah.
date, and we'll do it.
Yeah, it really focuses our minds for sure. Yeah.
Sorry, this next one's fucking jokes. Monument Bank says,
I know his question is his. Yeah, I saw it.
why do you think you're too good for tin soup? Is that something we spoke about the
I
pod
think
before?
so. Yeah, wasn't there a tin suit question that you asked on the workforce one?
What?
that what it was?
Yeah, there was.
I'm not too good for fucking tin soup. But
I
how
am
else
too
do you
good
eat
for
tin
tin- I
I
am
soup?
thought you were
too
going to say, why is he too good for Tinder?
Was that a fucking workforce question? So is that
Yeah.
like, who's that directed at? Jack or me
I don't know.
then?
I'm definitely too good for tin suit.
What other
Yeah.
we
types of
talked about that on
soup
the
is there?
workforce episode.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what I'm saying.
confused.
Homemade soup, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Blend
Oh.
that
Or at
shit.
least get it in one of those like plastic pots. They're a bit nicer, isn't they?
Yeah, 100%.
It's
yeah,
worse for the
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
I really hope the last
Oh,
question's
oh.
better than that last one.
Well, it's from Kelly Alston. So
Hey!
No,
here
I
we
saw
go.
this as well. The third member of Galaxy, by the way.
Are you going? Are you going to miss me coming to all the shows?
Oh.
You can still come to some.
I'm not going to be there, so now.
She can still come.
Full circle with the thing.
Kelly can definitely come to some shows, man.
John's sat here assuming that you're going to be at home with baby and that Kelly's going to come to the show.
Yeah,
with
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
No, of course we'll miss her, man. Like Kelly's been like pretty much stage manager at a couple of events.
Yeah, 100, man.
Camera woman.
Like, you know,
Kelly's
drinks wallet.
She's basically our manager.
Yeah.
She pretty much is.
She's the unpaid manager.
In it. Big up Kelly.
Yeah, big up
That's
Kelly.
my wife, by the way, not a random person.
Yeah.
There's no context to that at all.
I think, but she'll still come to some shows though, man. Surely.
Yeah, she will do,
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Babysitter,
Your
innit?
mum and dad will be a babysitter, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
You can
having a
babysit,
baby doesn't just like suddenly mean that you are just like locked in the home forever.
Yeah.
No, I've got too
Kelly's
much golf to play, mate.
Kelly just wanted to ask a question, basically. We get it, Kelly. You had your moment. You had your moment, Kelly.
It was a nice question.
Yeah. But yeah, I do miss Kelly currently. Do you know what I mean? So, like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's going to be coming to less shows, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's just facts. Qbit UK, I think. What D&B sound or trend from the last 10 years would you erase from existence?
From
I
anyone.
know my
I know
answer to
Tom's
this.
got an answer for this for sure.
Tom's got a few. This is the
Yeah.
hot take section. Come
Yeah,
on,
this
Tom.
is
What are we
prime
getting rid
Tom.
of?
140.
What?
Get rid of it. Get rid of
Yeah,
it. I hate it.
You hate 140?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
you're a 135 guy. That 5 BPM makes all the difference, mate.
Facts.
It's just,
You'd rather have dubstep and garage again.
Yeah.
Just go back to the old
Completely,
school.
mate.
Call it
Completely.
what
Oh, I
it fucking
see
is.
what you
Completely.
mean.
Stop
Yeah,
calling
it's
it
not a thing.
140.
It's not a thing.
You
To
do
be
hate
honest,
that.
it's actually not a bad, like, yeah.
Like, it's just like,
It's a
it's, drum and bass is too pretentious a genre to say they're producing dubstep.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is. It's dubstep you're making. Call it
Yeah.
dubstep.
rate it.
That's my one gripe.
It's not a bad take.
It's actually really not a bad take.
What about the stuff that you couldn't call dubstep and couldn't call garage?
Just call it bass music.
Yeah,
Oh,
UK based
okay,
music.
yeah. Yeah.
You also remind me to tell the story
Yeah, go on.
I just remembered. You
Okay.
asked me to remind you to tell
That
the
was
story.
the promoter that didn't recognise me.
Oh, was it that?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
fair. Okay, fair.
Got it in there early.
No, I'll get rid of that. Like, yeah.
What
why.
sound would I get rid of? 90% of drum and bass, to be honest. Like, if I'm being real. Nah, I don't know. I had to pick
You're
one.
not even
You thought
lying.
that land with more laughs, didn't you?
Yeah, everyone was just like, whoa.
There's a real hot
Everyone was
take.
just like, he's kind of speaking facts. Nah. Listen, the thing that makes drum bass, I'm going to the political answer. The thing that makes drum bass good is the variety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, you can have so many different sounds. The thing that's annoying is that what is popular now, back in 10 years ago, even 10 years ago, you can be popular across a multitude of styles. Mm-hmm. It feels like now to be popular, you have to kind of gear towards like maybe 2 sounds at any one moment.
Yeah.
And that's annoying. So I wouldn't eliminate the sounds, I would just eliminate the scope being like this rather than being like this.
The pretension.
It's not even pretentious, it's the opposite. It's like the music's unpretentious, it's just like everyone just does the same thing.
Yeah.
That's the bit that's annoying. Like, yeah, because dancehall and jump up and all that stuff, it's not my cup of tea, but like it has a place. Mm-hmm. And you can be, but I want people to be big and doing their own thing. That's it.
Bago, I think we always struggle with this guy.
Yeah.
Which year was your favourite?
Of our years.
Whatever.
I reckon of your years, and then do DM like of whatever drum and bass as well. Generally,
I think it's what of your
You know what?
years is
Gigs wise,
I think that as
10-year
well,
question,
yeah.
isn't it?
Gigs wise, I remember it was 2018 was really good. One of the just before
Pre-COVID.
COVID, where it was like
Yeah.
our
Oh,
side
man.
of the scene was like popping off.
mate. I remember before COVID, literally like before that Christmas, I remember having
It was 2019.
8 gigs in like a
Every month.
September,
Yeah.
October, November.
It was popping off.
section.
Yeah.
And I was like,
2019
yes.
was filth.
And then
Yeah,
boom,
yeah.
everything gone.
From like a DJ career point of view, probably one of them. But musically, it's like now, I'd say.
Yeah.
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 Archie Greenwood says, what track do you think was the catalyst to focus fully on production? Do you focus fully?
As
Yeah,
in,
I mean-
like, to actually take it more seriously, I guess. is
Yeah, I
asking.
guess, yeah.
Maybe the I Want To tune, maybe. That got UKF.
Yeah. Probably around that time. That
What's
was
mad
was
is
limitless.
That
was
tune
limitless.
as well, yeah. I was thinking about this the other day, like, we haven't written a tune that sounds anything like that.
No.
Since you wrote that tune. It's got a double bass in it. It's like the main
Yeah, that's
thing.
true.
Yeah, it's a funky tune, man. Yeah, probably that.
Cool. It's a couple of repeats, so I think that's it.
Sick.
Big love for coming on, mate. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to come and see us.
You're going to give us a shameless plug.
Yeah, I was about to say shameless plug.
Shameless
I mean,
plug,
the whole thing
on
is a shameless plug, but I want to hear more.
Yeah, the whole episode's been a shameless plug.
Yeah, exactly.
Sallow, Love Lost, Lost Love. I keep getting it wrong.
Love Lost.
Love Lost.
He doesn't know the date of your event, and you don't know the name of your tune.
Yeah, Love Lost. That we've got another
marriage.
tune coming out next month. Look out for May.
Oh,
I should
it's
say.
so good.
Yeah, there
Sorry,
you go.
I just shouted that.
Yeah. That's the one I said that's up there with like Love Chaos for the whole like. Yeah,
We've put that in our special thing that
That's cute.
We've put that.
And then Fabric 25th of April. Be there. Grab a ticket. No guest list.
Yeah. Boom. Big ups coming down, Tom.
Cheers for having me.
By the way,
I'm a super fan, mate. I'm a
we didn't
super
even mention
fan.
the fact that he listens to every episode, by the way. We didn't even mention the
I
fact.
reckon I'm like up top 10%.
Yeah.
Top 5%
Really?
maybe, yeah.
Oh, mate, you need to be listening to better podcasts.
I listen to two. I listen to
Don't do that. That's my job.
I listen to two.
Oh, no, I listen to I listen
podcasts.
to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, I see you as a podcast guy.
What's that mean?
Don't know.
You wear glasses.
Glasses.
You wear glasses, you look
Glasses.
serious.
Mate. That's
Golf,
what I mean by
all
that.
of that, yeah.
I mean, I like a podcast as well.
Fair.
Yeah.
I listen to any.
Do you not?
Not anymore. I used to.
To be fair, I used to listen to a lot more. It depends on what you're doing for work.
Yeah,
it's
that's
harder
actually,
for me to do it while working now. Whereas when I was, doing carpentry stuff, it's like I listened to podcasts all day long.
Yeah, that is actually it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Big love, gents.
Cheers, boys.
Love you. 10 years.
Big
Congratulations. Absolutely
10
killed
more
it.
years.
Lovely to have you on and chat about your
End the episode.
beautiful career.
End it. End the episode.
Bye.
Done.